What's good, y'all? Welcome to Outside the Clutch. This is the big episode 5-0. We had to do it right. We brought one of the people that I very much so look up to in this industry. Just everything he does with passion, which is important. He does with a little bit of grit, and he don't take no if you understand what I'm saying. I'm very excited to have Billy from Mutation Creation on tonight. It's just he's a guy that understands business, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the reptile industry. We're going to talk about setting up your brand, setting up your business, and maybe a couple of side topics as well. You know what I mean? There's always something going on within our industry that maybe we need to talk about a little bit, just a little bit. I usually try to keep it kind of level headed, but we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to let loose. We're going to let Billy do what he's best at. Before we jump into everything, I just want to say hi to everyone coming in. Mindy, that's family. Timeless Morphs fam. Hope Otto is doing well. Love little man Otto. Really am trying to go see him. Y'all hear this all the time. I'm talking to Mindy regularly. We're going to go see Mindy and Tom. They're really good people. They went through a lot, and I'm ready to go see Otto. He's a good little kid. I can't wait for him. Lou's balls. What's good, my man? Snakes for the memories. Let's do this. We're about to do this. Eric's Motor Factory. What's going on? Will, I hope you're here. I hope you're ready to critique this one. This one's going to be a good one, Will. This should start out your critique. Super excited for this. Let's see. Jar Pythons. What's good? How you guys doing this evening? I'm really wish I had more time to talk to you guys at Arlington. I know you were there. I talked to Dad for a little bit, but I didn't get to talk to y'all. Temple Exotics. What's up? Christian, Texas Kid Reptiles. If you want to get into some leopard geckos, this is one of my local dudes. I love this dude. He throws some fire leopard geckos. He does some amazing blackhead ball python stuff as well. Go check him out. Gray Rider Reptiles. What's up, Charlie? Hope you all doing good. MKG, the man, Billy. Yes, sir. Elite Exotics. What's going on? How you doing, John? Let's see. Lady Tiz. What's up, lady? Hope those retic eggs are doing well. Lindsay, how you doing? This is another person that was at Arlington that I didn't get to talk to, but I got to see. We hung out in an elevator. It was cool. Bob, Reptilemorphs. What's going on? Let's Rodent. They actually have some really good content on rodent production. So if you haven't checked them out, check them out as well. So let's kind of jump into this. I don't want to keep him waiting too long. Y'all know I'm all about the care of animals, the husbandry. Without the right products, you cannot provide the right care. Here at Outside the Clutch, we're honored to be sponsored by VivTech. Are you ready for innovation? Tired of the same boring product that's been used for 30 years? Ready to give your reptiles and amphibians the UV they really deserve? Then look no farther than VivTech. Their 3-watt LED bulbs provide the UV rays your animals have been missing. With 3 bulbs to fit your pet's climate needs, plus a dimmable feature, it's the only bulbs we use for UV. And it's the only bulb with a 2-year warranty in the industry. Plus now you can monitor all your pet's husbandry from your phone 24/7 with their sensors, and even ship your customers' animals in their custom bags. So what are you waiting for? Go to VivTechProducts.com today, use code FCLUTCH0322 for 15% off, and provide your animals the best care they've ever had. There's only one chip. Billy's going to say something different. You know, he's got his own chip, but there's really only one chip in the States, and I think we need a precedent in Canada and everywhere else. Are you ready for the best coconut substrate in the game? Then you gotta get ReptiChip. First off, it's America's chip because it's veteran owned. Secondly, why wouldn't you want the best cocoa chip for your animals? Go to ReptiChip.com, use code FeelyChippin for 10% off up to 3 breeder blocks, or your entire order of Easy Hatch trays or any Redline Science equipment on the site. Limit 1 coupon per customer. Or reach out to me as a representative in the El Paso area, and don't forget to join the Reptilution, where all profits go to helping those in need within the reptile community. And finally, Mickey from Show Me Snakes. If you don't know, now's your time to know. If you're in the Texas area, there are 3 shows in Odessa. There are 2 shows in El Paso this year. There are a whole bunch of shows east of us, some north. He's pushing south. There's so many Show Me Snake shows in the US. Mickey does a bang up job. It's a great family environment. It's an outstanding place to learn about species that you might not see everywhere else. Because, like, let's face it, the scales are tipping a little heavy one way in the reptile market, especially at shows right now. So if you want to see some stuff that you might not get to see, like a bunch of different species of colubrids or maybe some venomous stuff or things like that, Show Me Snakes is a great place to check those out. Go to showmesnakes.com and check out some of the local shows near you. Now, without further ado, we're gonna get into some fun. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna bring on the man, the myth, the legend, the MC Big Boss himself, Mr. Billy Rose.
Well, what an intro.
What's going on, brother?
My volume fine? Everything good?
Yeah, you're great. I hear you good. Can everyone just do me a favor? Hit a thumbs up for me real quick. Let Billy know that we can hear him. If they ain't hear him now, they're about to hear him in a second.
Pretty much. Yeah. Let me see.
How was your day, brother? How was your day?
It was good, man. It was good. It was actually quite relaxing. Yep, everything's good. So we're good to go. Good. I mean, I had Catherine come by, and we did a few hours of inputting stuff on Husbandry Pro. You know, all my contacts and customers and places, vendors that I buy from. So I'm really going to start using the invoicing system and tracking everything just from the one app. So it was a little bit of data entry, which isn't fun. So we did about 2 hours and left it at that. And then, of course, I did a few things. We have our cleaners that come in today that clean the facility every Saturday. So to make it a little easier, I just go through with the big mop, or not the big mop, the big, I think it's like a 3-foot broom, and just go and, give them a little bit, instead of like these fucking guys sweeping cocoa from everywhere and snake shed and whatever, right? That's on the floor. So I just do a little, quick run through all the rooms and do that, and sort of anything that's on the floor, like when we wash tubs and stuff, and we spray them to air dry with the chemicals on. And, I put all those away, so there's more floor space for them, right? I don't want them to come in and charge me to, mop, 1/10 of the floor, because the other, 9/10 are, covered. So I just shift things around, make it easier for them. And Austin's away for the weekend. Alex has been sick. She came in yesterday for a few hours. And on the weekend, Lord of Lion and Matt don't come in. So that's why I figured out, let me do a live for HP, answer some questions, and, get prepared for now,
Okay. No, I really enjoyed it. So I've been, I'm not going to lie, I've been on Husbandry Pro since y'all launched, like, what is it? The alpha, or
it was
essentially launched it out for customer use, right?
Yeah.
And,
I mean, we
went beta, I guess,
beta,
the testing version.
We
of
went
it.
beta rate pretty much after we tested it quite a bit. It's like, I think it's ready. Let's do it. And we'll work and design and fix as we go. And it's been pretty seamless. Like it's been really good. So
yeah, it was freaking, it's one of those things, man. Like I really wish that I would sit down. Like I had to talk to John for Morph Market with all the features that they're doing, and like actually take time from him and be like, dude, like I'm not dumb when it comes to technology. I'm just impatient when it comes to technology. So if it doesn't work the way I want it to the first time, I'm not going back to it. Can you explain this out to me? And it's the same thing with you. Like, so now today I'm going to have to go back through Husbandry Pro and like start adding the racks, which is one of the features I liked, but I did everything from mobile. And I remember with the first one, I got so frustrated trying to like set up my racks that I was like, oh.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I'm not a big texter really. I'd rather be on the phone and make calls. But I like my laptop or my big computer to work and do everything on Husbandry Pro, especially data entry, because my fat fingers I can't hit, and then I'm like, what is that word? That doesn't even make sense, So you're deleting and trying, and I'd rather use and visually see and do everything with my computer or laptop, and I use my phone to just a thumbprint on, scan, and do the activities, and it works great for me. Other people, especially like Austin, he loves using his phone. It's just a different way of growing up, and I'm 30 years older, almost 30 years older than him, so difference, right? I like to I like the way the platform, you can do anything. If you like to use your phone, it works. If you want to use both, it works. If you just want to use your laptop, it works. You want to have the fonts bigger, you can do it. You like light and dark, change the menu options, take things away. It's really built for you and what you want. And, if you don't want it, take it off. And I think that's really amazing. And it's not built for ball python guys. It wasn't built for Billy Rose and Mutation creation, even though I've been a part of it from day one and the 30% owner. So it's just me and my partner, Robert. It wasn't built because Billy wanted it. I actually went to reach out to him to buy something else. And he's like, oh, I don't think I'm selling it anymore. I'm like, oh, he goes, yeah. And I'm like, may I ask why? He's like, yeah, well, I'm working on a husbandry app and stuff. And I'm like, hold on, talk to me more. And right from there, it was like, a match made in heaven, right? So I love that it's not just for snakes. Most people that I know, especially for that first started, that we were sort of using as beta testers and people on my Patreon, they have more than ball pythons, leopard geckos. They got, all different types of species, different types of snakes, hognose, sand boas, ball pythons, some colubrids. Well, why do I have to have an app just for this and then paper for that and another app for this? It works for anything you want. It's not just ball pythons. And the ball python, I had quite a bit of, help designing it or saying, hey, I have so many, it's not working. It's blogging down. It's like, okay, yeah, because it's usually built for hundreds of animals. You've got thousands, so let's fix it. So even people with thousands, it won't, bog down. And so being a big breeder and putting my aspects into it has helped, as well as, the person with a few animals, because the last thing we'd want is people with 200-300 all using it, and they start going, and next thing you know, I got 500. Oh, Husbandry Pro's crashing. Yeah, mine too. So it ain't gonna crash when you grow, and I hope you guys do, or whatever your passion or what your dream or your goals are. If you want to grow, Husbandry Pro is already for you, because I'm running 2,000-3,000 animals at times through Husbandry Pro within seconds. It's loading. Like it's, don't think that the bigger you get, it's gonna break down, because I've already crash test that, I guess. So, but I love how people can go in at certain levels. They can grow as they go. The people that have 1 or 2, 3 animals get it for free, up to 5, and then you get used to it, you get better at it, then you move up, more features come available, and then you can actually be better at it and utilize some of the other stuff. Because some people that just keep snakes just want to keep it for records. They don't need the breeding, so they take it off. 2 years down the road, it's like, what? I think I want to breed. I mean, it looks really interesting. And the way these guys, are opening up their eggs and stuff, it's exciting. Let's try it. Well, now you just turn the breeding, feature on, and now you're there, and it's great because it's not limited to certain species. It's not limited to certain people. We've got racks and cages, and it's great. And what I love about it too is it's community based. It's the reason why it's so good and so big is because people say, hey, can we do this? What would be great if we could do that? What would be awesome? Yeah. And guess what? It is awesome because I, as a user, get to use it. And me and Robert said, it's like, you know, we probably would have come up with this in maybe 6 months to a year. And I'm like, well, I'm glad someone mentioned it because I can use it now. It's great. Like I reap the rewards of, you know, people using it and making it better for all around. So I'm just so happy with it, you know?
I've enjoyed it. Like like I said, I had my frustrations, but you're gonna have frustrations whenever anything comes out brand new, right? Like regardless of what it is, if you're willing to try anything new and take that step forward, you're gonna have your frustrations. And
100%.
it was one of those things, which is, I mean, it's so much easier now. So if y'all ain't checking it out, like we ran through a lot of comments, a lot of people just said, hey, I just jumped on it, or I'm getting ready to try it, or I'm excited for it. Yeah. So if y'all ain't using Husbandry Pro yet, hey, give it a chance.
Yeah, 30 days for free. Try it. And what I like about it, it's been over 2 years with me. What I like too now is it's great. We you know, I think it's been a month, maybe two or less. Robert decided to open up a Husbandry Pro user group on Facebook, and we've got like 619 people. And I would imagine most of them are users of Husbandry Pro. And when someone asks a question or something, we're not bogging down, you know, Robert and the team, because they're developing and having so much. The stuff that's coming, guys, it's crazy. Like I'm so excited. Like, you know, a year from now, I'm gonna be blown away. But you know, when they have a small question, other people are doing it. Other people are posting stuff like, look what I just made. I got the QR codes and they've got colors, you know. I'm like, wow, how do you do that? How do you get your logo? Hey, and now people are learning how I do it and then changing it to their own modification. And there's just so many different ways. Some people, Jeremy from Warfels Morphs, he designed his own little, like, you know, artistic thing. It's just the ink wasn't the right color from print. But I mean, you could probably take that into, you know, Staples or one of these big, you know, printing places and actually get it laser copied perfect. And then they professionally cut it. I mean, the sky's the limit with this. So, you know.
Heck yeah. I'm excited for it. Like I said, I got to dive in now and redo all my stuff. I love that it's kind of like the MySpace of snake, like snake keeping, right? Like keeping your records, getting in contacts with people. You showed how you could set up a Rolodex, an eventual email list, like all this amazing things, but it's completely customizable to the person, which is,
well, one thing I'll let out of the bag. It's coming. You'll be able to message user to user from Husbandry Pro. That's
outstanding.
Yeah. So, you know, message, like it's a lot of cool stuff coming, you know. Let's not talk about Husbandry Pro anymore. Let's go.
Let's jump into it.
Can I change the subject quick?
I'm going to throw what? Go ahead.
Can I change the subject quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. First of all, I want to apologize to any sponsors I may offend or people I may offend. I have an opinion. I stick to my opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm allowed to do things the way I want to do. And you're allowed to have your opinions, and you're allowed to do the things that you want to do. I don't shit on you for doing things unless I think it's really wrong and harmful to animals and vice versa. But, you know, it's opinions and all that other crap. One thing that I'm really, really getting disgusted with is this thing that we call a fucking community. Okay. I was in something that was a community that people just shit on each other every day. You were afraid to post. You were afraid to ask a question. You didn't feel welcomed. You didn't feel anything. You felt alone. You felt afraid. You wanted to help your animals or do better or learn or succeed. And guess what happened? You didn't want to because you watched somebody else get fucking flamed or you know, like someone would ask a question because their snake was in need and they made spelling mistakes, and people would fucking, you know, ignore the question that this animal is in fucking need of help and they don't know what to do. And everyone else there could have helped, you know. But instead, they're fucking, you know, making fun of the guy because he can't spell words properly or put them in proper phrase. Like, what the fuck? It's getting that way. Oh, you don't like that, Gene? I can't talk to you. You cut eggs, I can't talk to you. You do this, I can't talk to you. You know, rack keeping versus terrariums and vivariums and all this shit. You know, if you don't like what I do, don't fucking follow me. Don't support me. Don't do that. Don't spend your fucking amazing time, you know, on my channel watching me and wasting it, you know, your valuable time and commenting, because I don't need to hear it. No matter how many of you fucking bitch, I ain't gonna change. Just like I did for 10 fucking years of me cutting goddamn eggs. Oh, look at him with big scissors. He's hurting them. Now, guess what? People try it and actually feel more comfortable doing it with fucking scissors the way I've done. But I've been like, oh, it's crazy. The biggest thing is, you know, Antoine, fucking amazing guy, Antoine Hood, High Desert Pythons, made a crack of a joke. Oh, you know, let's do enrichment. Put a little fucking slide into the water dish, which I thought was hilarious. A Rubik's fucking cube and like a little a rodent spinning wheel. There's enrichment. You know, wow. Well, they got offended. Okay.
But that's
you
just
can shit
Antoine.
on our
Like,
racks.
if you know Antoine, that's just him.
That's him. But you can shit on our racks and we're so fucking bad and we're puppy mills of ball pythons and we're fucking horrible people, you know, and surviving isn't thriving. It is what it is. You have your opinion. I have mine. Okay. It's like, you know, everybody thinks that I started with racks. You know, the rack companies weren't even around when I did it. I kept them in fucking aquariums and stuff. But guess what? I didn't know what I was doing. I learned from somebody at a pet store that had no fucking idea. And I did everything that, you know, they're still fucking doing today, 20 years later. So, you know, if you want to pick on people, pick on the big stores or educate all these people of how to keep these fucking animals in larger enclosures. You do the homework. You put out a channel. You do fucking something to educate the people, because these poor fucking animals that they're taking are getting fucking sick, stuck, shed. Like, you see some of these Facebook groups and the fucking animals that are getting injured and it's disgusting. Okay. Because they don't know enough, you know, but they see, and you guys praise all the big stuff. So they try to copy you. I mean, I'm not trying to point fingers, but it's gross. So he did another thing, another post, and he got shut down because all these people fucking got butthurt and cried. And oh, report. Wow. Okay, cool. Cancel culture. I get it. You know, come after me, cancel me, please do. Because you know what? I don't need fucking social media and all the fucking bullshit that's on there. I've already deleted over 4,000 people on my Facebook. I'm almost ready to fucking just delete Facebook, because there's all these fucking experts and fucking know-it-alls that have been doing this with 6 animals for 6 fucking months. I've been doing this for 25 years. I'm not the best. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to do things. But for us that we don't give a shit about our animals, wow. Okay, cool. I'm glad you know me, and I'm glad you know what I'm all about. Anyways, you know, my opinion, your opinion, great. Antoine thing really pissed me off. He called me and I'm like, what? That's fucking ridiculous. This is getting out of hand, you know? The thing that really gets to me, and I've taken screenshots of these fucking people, and, you know, Brian Barczyk, whether you like him or not, whether you fucking hate him, you don't agree, he's done some shitty things, he's learned from it, or he's trying, or whatever the fuck perspective you have on Brian, most of it's second fucking hand. Okay, most of it second, third, even fourth fucking hand, for Christ's sakes. Oh, this is what I heard. Really? Have you met the guy? No, but I heard this. I don't want to meet him. You're a fucking asshole. Okay, for not even giving the guy a fucking chance. He has pancreatic fucking cancer. And people are like, good, hope he fucking dies. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I got your screenshot and your name. I have a lot of time and a lot of money coming. And whatever the fuck I choose to do with my time and money, you know, life's a fucking bitch. And yeah, karma's a bitch. So you better watch what you put out on fucking social media, people, because, you know, I'm going to start a channel of pieces of shit on the fucking internet, and I'll fucking make you famous, motherfuckers. I'm fucking telling you. You have an opinion, stick it to yourself, because if you want to fucking share it, I'll share it to everybody. I'll pay for fucking advertising. I'll put it on the fucking local news. 10 grand, 20 grand for a 30-second spot. Here you go. Who do I sign the check to? I'll make you famous, fucking piece of shit. Wishing someone to die. I have a lot of people that I hate, okay? Not a lot of people, but there's people that I hate, like I really, truly hate. There's other people I despise, but I would never wish them to fucking die of cancer or anything. Like, wow, where's your humanity, people? You know, you're spending more time worrying about us snakes, our snakes in small fucking tubs and that are deprived, but you're willing to fucking, you know, tell a man that has to fucking die. Check your fucking, you know, put your, I can't even fathom it, man. It pisses me off. You know, I'm going to have more fucking screenshots in the next 6 fucking months than I am for the last 10 years. And believe me, I'm fucking pissed. You know, I don't care what your values are and what you think and what you do. Be a fucking human being. Like, for Christ's sakes, I'm getting sick of it. And you know what? I got nothing to lose. Social media does not make me money. Oh, yes, it does. Yeah. Oh, my $2,000-$3,000 a month from social media, from all my ads and stuff. Wow. I'm doing 100K in ball pythons. I don't need fucking social media. I will open up a new fucking account and hire a team just to fucking put you on fucking blast every fucking day. I mean, I'm fucking sick of it. This fucking community. It's a segregated fucking culture, and I'm fucking sick of it. And you know what? The day I get off of it, watch what happens. You know, you got to watch what you say. I'm fucking telling you, I'm fucking sick of it. You know, I'll walk around with a bullhorn behind you at a fucking expo. I'll fly there just to your hometown, stand out front of your house and put fucking signs in your fucking, on your lawn, fucking telling you. Like, don't fucking push me, because I will, you know, or I'll pay someone to fucking do it, you know? I'm fucking sick of this shit. You know, we love animals. We're doing things. You want your own way? I do it my way. You know what I mean? Like, you have options, choices. There's more than one fucking way to do things, people. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm irritated. So I got that off my chest. Let's get to the show, but I'm pissed. Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
And if you want to push my buttons, watch what I'm capable of. You know, watch what I'm capable of.
We've been talking about it since the market started doing its up and down, right? Like,
and all those experts on the market,
I'll say this: Brian has always had people that adore him. Brian has always had people that hate him. Why they hate him when he's continued to try to make himself better constantly, just as you do. Like, you literally have set out and set yourself apart by hearing a different point of view and testing it yourself in your facility. Like, you've literally pointed out how you went ambient on multiple racks when people said, oh, ambient won't work. You wanted to find out, oh, this substrate won't work. I'm going to try it. Like, I don't care what you say. I'm going to try it. And that's one of the things I applaud you for. It's one of the things that I love Brian for. Brian just takes what people give him. He does what he wants to do, and he follows his heart. And that's the way we all have to be. But once this industry went into the freaking drop down that everyone thinks it's in, and I'll say, like, yeah, a lot of people got lazy. A lot of people got comfortable in what they were doing because everyone was throwing money. You don't have that now. You have to actually work for your money. I'm sorry. You're not going to get handouts now. Work for your money. But like, it really isn't that bad. Everyone's still moving animals. You just have to put the work in. But this super, I'm positive. The second that things get hard, let me be negative and shit on everybody.
Yeah. Well, those people don't have a fucking, those people weren't meant to be anyways in this industry. I've seen them come and go. This is my 3rd recession. I've been through a pandemic. You know, I'm in a smaller market here in Canada, and wow, you know, it's like, if you think, look at the housing market, the stock market, everything crashes and fucking comes back. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. Like, the economy is not stable forever. It'll drop. Things do, like, and everybody, it's just the whole fucking economy's fucked. Everything's leveling off. There's things that are, you know, shifting. I don't get these people. You know what? Then don't. You know what? Watch me and everyone else that believes in themselves, loves what they do. Watch what we do and laugh at you fuckers, because I got a lot of you screenshotted, and I'm going to do a thing like, look at these fucking know-it-alls. Oh, I do this and do this. Where are they now? Wow, I'll show you where you are now. Probably working at fucking McDonald's, you know, or collecting welfare checks in your fucking trailer. You fucking assholes, fucking pissed at people. And I don't care. I don't do this to make people like me, because most of the shit I do, it probably pisses people off. But I'm telling the fucking truth of how I feel, what I think, and what I want to do. You don't like it? Don't give a shit. What you think about me, I don't give a shit. I really don't fucking care. I could have 10 fucking views on my thing and I'd still do it. You know why? Because I like it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's that simple. You know?
Well, that's one of the things too. Like, so I do the rat breeding stuff, right? And I've been reached out to by a lot of different breeders now. They're like, hey, some of the stuff that you put out isn't quite right, or the way that you should do it. So like when I did my video on how to breed rats, I say that I put sweet potato in. Well, sweet potato in the raw form, when they eat it, can become cyanide in their stomach. And I forgot, because when I shot the video, I wasn't thinking about it. I just said, oh yeah, I use sweet potato as a partial supplement.
But it was cooked.
But it's cooked.
Right.
I baked the freaking sweet potato and then I put it in.
Yeah.
But simple things like that, but they bring it up.
But one thing is good is it's the way they get back to you. You're a fucking moron. That's going to kill them. You know, instead of, hey, did you know this? You know, oh yeah, you know what? Actually, yes, I did. Thank you for helping me. But, you know, I actually should have said I cooked them. But yes, thank you for trying to help me. No, they shit on you like with like, hey man, you know, you're doing it wrong, or hey, this could, no, it's, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Blah, blah. Like, it's the way they come at you. Wow, I'm so glad you're so fucking perfect with everything that you've got to sit on a fucking on a thing, a live or a video and watch and like you have that much going on. I hardly watch videos. You know why? I'm too busy working hard to build my fucking empire, to fucking build what I'm doing and getting into this and 4 other businesses I've opened in the last year. Wow. You know,
I don't understand it. Like, I literally don't understand how people have the time to take posts and just talk shit all day.
Correct. You know, there's people that support. There's this and that. You know, enjoy your time now, people, when you are growing and learning and joining these lives. Because eventually, when you grow, if that's what you want to do, you will not have time for them. You will not have time for them. Or you're going to be big enough and say, hey, I want to do this myself, and have other people and express, you know, how I feel and what I do. And sort of, you know, I'm not doing this in 5 years, you know. Right. I'm going to be moving on. I'm in some beach, or I'm flying around the world to one of my fucking homes, and, you know, flying around to all my businesses and enjoying my life. Okay. I'll pop onto people's, but, you know, someone else will take my place and yours and everybody else. You know, I don't see people doing a podcast for 30 fucking years on ball pythons or in our industry. You do it for a while and move on. I could be wrong, but hey, you know,
no, I think there's those people that will, or will at least attempt to, but it's one of the things I told my wife too. I was like, look, we're at our infancy, but I'm at the point where if I want this to succeed, because I've set up my entire life for the last 5 years to make this succeed, yes, I have to push. So right now it sucks. I very much understand it sucks. Like, literally, I went to Arlington, and the entire time I was doing podcasts. Like, I sold a couple of snakes, but I was literally doing 15-minute podcasts the entire time. And people were like, hey, come say hi. I was like, hey, unless you come to my table, we're not going to talk. Like, I'm sorry.
Did you enjoy looking at other people's animals and stuff?
I used to.
Yeah,
I didn't get the chance.
I go to an expo, especially in Europe and stuff, and I'm talking to people, taking pictures, signing autographs. You know, I get around here and there. It's different. Enjoy the time now. Learn. Get into these lives and podcasts. Support. But when you keep growing, guess what? The time that you have, you know, I am happy that most people are, you know, listening to lives when they're cleaning, or, you know, so you can still hear, but it's hard to participate and stuff. And, you know, you're doing something and, you know, it's half your attention. When you get big, this time that you're enjoying now, it gets sucked away in other areas because there's more important things. And that's why with all these people going around and watching videos just to shit on you, they have nothing. They will have nothing. They're nobodies. And, you know, I don't care if you like me or not. thanks for your comment because you're helping my rating.
Yep.
You know, it is what it is. You know, I say stuff, you know, it pisses people off. That's how I feel. You know, the last thing I said about the enrichment, you know, they're like, oh, well, you know, what an idiot. He didn't listen to the whole fucking 30-minute post or whatever it was. No, because the first minute and 40 seconds, I had no interest. It was just like, whoa, wow. I'm not listening to any more of this shit, you know, and you know, maybe that's my fault, whatever it is. I feel like us breeders are being attacked, you know, by this new pet culture. If you want to have a pet and do it the way you want, great. But I'll tell you one thing. I see more people trying to duplicate what you guys are doing, and the animals are dying. They're fucking burnt. They're not eating. They're malnourished. They're not shedding properly. Wow, you know, because they don't know enough, you know.
Right, and that's what I would jump in on is like,
you know, I do think, you know, I mean, Jube, the snake, not the snake, the snack, Kayla. I mean, she has transitioned. Not everyone's going to transition very well. Some of them do, but here's a good platform or not a platform, a good list of what you need to do and how to do it to have better odds of these animals, especially coming from rack systems or whatever. But one thing is I know I sell to the pet trade, you know, lower end animals that I don't sell on Morph Market, probably, you know, 400 to 600 a year. And I've been doing that, you know, maybe 200, 300, 400 for the last 10 years. So even if it's 200, that's 200 times 10 years. It's 2,000 fucking animals that went to pets that people feed to frozen thawed, most of them. Okay. I probably have 5 to 10 people a year. I can't get it to eat. I can't get it to this. I'm a little, let me see your setup. Oh, you need to fix this. They eventually, and I spend a lot of time with those people. So it's not like, oh yeah, you know, they only fucking suggest to go rack systems. No, I say, especially if you have multiple animals and you want to get into breeding, I suggest to get a rack system now. It's easier to maintain the temps, you know, this, and you know, they're pet people. So they're going to take it out and have some enrichment because they're new. Right. If they don't want to do that, you know, they get into this, but I say, hey, if it's a screen lid, do this. It's better to get a PVC enclosure because it's all dark. It holds the humidity better. Under pad heating. I try, right? Here's a hide. I always suggest a hide. I'm not against hides. I'm not against other things, you know, but it's everything else. Like, oh, I have to spend money on a what do you call it? A thermostat. Well, yeah, you know, oh, well, you know, that's $60 and up. Yeah, but it controls the heat so that the animal isn't burned. Like, you know, there's a lot of work that we have to do to teach people. But it's saddening, like, you know, belly rot, all this. There's so many things that people are doing fucking wrong because they see other people, oh, they do it like that. And I argue with people like, well, they have it in that big of an enclosure. Yeah, but they also do this. They also have this. They have a misting system. They do, you know, if you have a big tank and you got a spray bottle, you better be spraying that substrate quite often. And you know, because they're going to get stuck sheds. When these other people that have like, you know, amazing setups, some of them are, you know, bioactive. You know what I mean? Like it's next level. They got real fucking plants. Like it's, you know, they probably spend more money on that enclosure than we do on our racks for multiple animals. You know, I know Juju, I think she spent like $2,500 on that one enclosure from Focus Cubed.
Right.
Like, wow, but she set it up and she does it. But people have misting systems, things on timers, like it's next level. But if they can do it, you should be able to do it. But if you can't afford that, then you should find a different way to do things because your animals aren't thriving in your little shitty 2x4x2 with sand, nothing, one hide, one water dish, no foliage, nothing. That animal's fucking terrified. Oh, I don't want to spend that. Oh, I can't afford. Then you shouldn't have got the fucking animal. But hey, you know what?
100%.
We're the bad guys. I don't get it. I
100%.
will
I had a
always
guy try to put a ball python, or he wanted to buy a ball python, but he wanted to put it in a chameleon cage. I was like,
Oh yeah.
this is the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to you again about this animal when you could show me that you have the tank or the PVC enclosure or whatever you decide to go with, laid out a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, when you show me you have this set up and it's working properly, we'll talk about snakes again. Until then, don't reach out.
Yeah, like I don't hate people that keep them in bioactive enclosures. There's a lot of amazing YouTubers that do it, but they've spent the money on it. They're doing it right. They're learning as well. Oh, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. Like you think they just came and said, let's do this, let's do this. No, they learned from somebody, or they experimented like I do with my racks, different things. It's not like they just woke up, got a pet. Oh, I need bioactive. I need this. I need isopods. I need this. I need this type of plant. I need this. Like I'm sure there's some types of plants that might be harmful to the snakes. I don't know because it's nothing I've looked into, but I'm sure they have, you know? And that's the thing. Like, where do we get the education for people that want to do racks, you know? And are those people that are educating people in racks still saying, oh, it's so good that, I mean, not racks, enclosures or bioactive things or bigger enclosures or even bigger tub systems, whatever it is, you know? Are we still going to be the fucking bad guys because, you know, people are doing it and having the enrichment, and, you know, people like myself and bigger breeders and other people that you know, are doing this? Are we always going to be the fucking evil people that don't care about these snakes? You know, because I'll tell you one thing, I've spent more on my racks and my systems, my security, my back systems, my air filtration systems, you know, in my rooms than you guys have probably spent on your entire fucking collections. You know, the majority of people.
One room in your facility probably makes up 90% of the community's investment. Let's be honest.
I don't know. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's just like, you know, I'm a bad guy. You know, I try everything I can for my animals. You know, I get different types of things. I fool around with their food, different types of things. I went out and experimented with something, you know, with the Da Vinci boa, natural supplements, you know, and I shared that. I want to share information. If I had a bad thing and things, oh, you know what, after 3 months, you know, only half did, but 5 died. And, you know, I would share that, not to use the product. It's a fucking incredible product. And I risked my animals because I think, and I looked and I did everything, and I'm learning about the product and everything. And I tried it, and then I tried more, and I saw it working. And I've been using it for over 2 fucking years, and I'll use it till the day I don't do this anymore. You know, I highly recommend it, you know, and so many other people have used it. No, that won't work. Oh my God. Oh, they're using the miracle juice. These fucking idiots. Cool. Well, you don't do that and let your snakes not fucking eat, but other people are doing it. And guess what? It's kickstarting their meal. They're eating. They're healthy. Exactly. You're not stressed. You know, these fucking closed-minded people, I'm fucking sick of them. But you know what? Coming after people because they have a different opinion, I fucking hate it. You know, wishing someone to fucking die because you don't agree or you don't like, or you know, you're bringing something up that you don't even fucking know about. You heard from 5 other fucking people from 10 years ago. Fuck off, everybody. Like, I'm telling you, I'm coming after you. Like, I have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? I can get out of the ball python game and I'm still fucking rich. Like, wow, you know, I don't need this fucking thing. I do it because I love it. I put more fucking time into my animals and my business than fucking 20 of you fucking people put together. You know, I mean, I love what I do. I love my animals. I love teaching people to do well and not make the same fucking mistakes. I love trying to, you know, push people ahead. And if you can't see that, oh, because he keeps racks, he's a bad guy. Oh, it's always the one thing. You can do 10 fucking amazing things in life, do one wrong thing, and everything's fucking forgotten. The fucking mentality and the mindset of people, it's so fucking small, and it's sad. It's fucking really sad. You know, it really is. But you know, it's sickening that I'm a part of a community that people are wishing someone to die because of something they did or they don't believe in. Like, Are you fucking, can you look in the mirror and you're fucking perfect? You've never put, wow. Oh, wow. Maybe I should listen to you and follow you, where's your YouTube channel and putting stuff up? And, where's your facility that people can come in? Oh yeah. You don't let people do it. Oh yeah. Why? You know what I mean?
And people will wish on that, man, but outside of their family, I bet you the majority of the people talking shit have probably never seen someone die, never seen someone taking their last breath, never seen the actual essence of someone's eyes.
Even
just
if you
roll
have
back,
the thought of that, even beyond that, never mind experiencing it, just the thought of it, whether you've seen it or not. If you've seen it, it's 10 times worse.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that they're able to say that,
disgusting.
The fact that they're able to say that tells me you've had a laxed life. You've never had to experience anything like that in your life, because if you've ever seen anyone's life end, I did a lot in my life. I've dealt with it a lot as a medic in the Army.
Yeah.
I've dealt with it a lot as not even an EMT, but like working EMT stuff for my freaking neighbor who was a veteran when he freaking shot himself. Like I literally held him in front of his wife, who like had to have a baby a month later because she was 8 months pregnant. Wow. And he shot himself because of his ex and crap like that. Like whatever.
People don't understand.
Like, I've literally dealt with death my whole life. You would never wish death on somebody if you've ever experienced it.
You shouldn't even wish death if you've even never experienced it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's fucking wow.
I don't know, man. Like
Mutation.
Anyways,
piece of
you know
shit,
what? I got one thing for everyone.
World.
If you hate on people for no freaking reason other than you have nothing better to do with your time, if you just want to shit on someone because they're more successful than you, if you just
that's another one.
General POS, I got one thing for you.
Yeah.
Fuck the haters. I'm done with it.
I'm serious. I'm gonna put all my YouTube revenue in as long as it keeps coming in, because I might be canceled one day. Ooh, because I hurt someone's feeling because I don't agree with them, or I do things differently than them. I'm gonna use all that just to have I'll pay someone to fly to this guy's house and just film what kind of a piece of shit he is and where he lives and what he does, and follow him around, and he'll be on private property. I mean, like the public property, and just be a dick and say, hey, look at this asshole. Yeah, this is the asshole that wished this guy to die. This is the asshole that did this. Like, I'll make you fucking famous. I got the resources.
You're going to get it.
Yeah, it's brutal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but then I'm a bad guy too, because now I'm pointing it out because people need to stop. And if people are doing it and getting away with it, more fucking pieces of shit are going to fucking do it. I don't need it. And you know what? I'll just fucking turn everything off. And you want to see my animals and you want to fucking learn, I'm the wrong my Patreon people will be fucking blessed, and I'm there for them, and I want to see them do well, and I'll give them everything that I can, like I do to everybody, already. But you want to see the animals I produce? If you're not on my Patreon, you're going to have to see it when I post it on Morph Market. That's it, because I'm not going to be on a community-based platform where, amazing. Look at this guy. Oh, congratulations. Great unboxing. Wow. Fucking negative bullshit. Fuck this. And then it's fucking, it's getting to the point where I've been there and done that. I thought we were doing well. I don't want it. I've had enough of it in fucking 20 years. I'm smart enough to fucking not want any more. It doesn't do anything. Oh, I got 50,000 followers. Great. Awesome. I can have no fucking followers and still do what you'll never be able to do in your fucking lifetime with what I've created. Get out of the fucking imaginary world, and half these fucking peoples, I'd love to see them in a show. Where's the keyboard now, motherfucker? I'm fucking telling you. Like, wow, I'm just sick of people, man. It's gross, and I hate to be a part of it, if you want to segregate yourself, and you people here and you people that are great, don't fucking come on our space and shit on us. And we don't come on your space and shit on us and shit on you. Stay the fuck apart. If that's how childish you are and that's your mentality, it's fucking crazy. Wow.
So let's run it back and let's get to some good stuff finally.
Let's do it.
Get over all that.
Fuck all you assholes.
Not get over it, but you know what I mean.
Yes, let's do this.
So Billy, 20 years in the industry. You've seen a lot, you've done a lot, but what made Billy who he is today prior to Reptiles?
I've always been a sort of an entrepreneur. You know, I started working, you know, at 11, 12 years old. I had a paper route. You know, if nobody knows what that is nowadays, I don't know if they even have it. They used to have newspapers. I think they still do, right? But they'd have newspapers because they didn't have, you know, internet and social media. And you'd watch the news. They had news channels at 6 o'clock and like morning news and evening news, but everything was in the paper. So you'd go and people, you know, I'd put everything in my trolley and pull it around and I hooked it up to my bike. And yeah, I would go and I would deliver the papers on my paper route. And then I would go and collect the fee and rip off a little thing saying it was signed. And I got a percentage. And that's how I started. I then actually worked for, now it's called KFC, but Kentucky Fried Chicken, when I was 16 for about a year and a half. And, you know, did that and, you know, went to school. And I ended up, you know, going to college for a year. And then I went and said, you know, let's do university. And I did a university for a year. And I did business in both. And I was writing my finance exam. And I'm halfway through it. I walked up and I dropped it off. And he's like, there's no way you're done. I'm like, no, but everything I have done is perfect. And I'm done. You know, what are you talking about? Like, this ain't for me, like, you know. And basically he said, you know, you want to go to the Harveys that's, you know, right, you know, next door to the campus and have a coffee, have some breakfast, come back. I'll you know, and it's like, no, I'm done. So I hopped in my car, drove all the way. And that was in Windsor. I drove 4.5 hours back to Toronto. And, you know, got another job, got laid off, ended up, you know, 19, 20 years old, opening up a sports card memorabilia business. That's actually was just sports cards. And then the memorabilia part came later. So I've always been an entrepreneur. After that, when, you know, the NHL went on strike, it didn't play even one single game for a year. I ended up getting out. My partner at the time, because I ended up getting a partner and growing, he's still doing it to this day. I had him on my live, Wes Pariza. He's one of the big guys in the game. You know, it's still cool. I get to go to some private signings and stuff. And, you know, if I need anything, he'll get it personalized for me. So it's pretty cool. And seeing him doing well, you know, so many years later. And he's expanded into, you know, all the sports, like rock and roll and music. And, you know, it's pretty cool. He's got presidential stuff. Like there's no end to it, right? So I'm glad to see him do well. And then I end up getting into a moving company. And, you know, I got into a martial arts gym. I got into tattoos and clothing stores. It's always been in me. You know, I got into breeding English bulldogs and
hold on. Were you the tattoo artist or what did you do for tattoo?
No. I actually tried on a pigskin, but like, you know, I could give you a pretty fucking shitty looking, you know, stick man. That's about it. Like, you know, it's definitely a talent. It definitely is. And you know, I've always had the you know, the investment entrepreneurial side to try to do it. You know, the business side, using other people's talents and my money, because people with talent, unfortunately, don't usually have money. Like you musicians, oh, you're gonna be a musician, or you're gonna be an artist. You're throwing your life away. Like everyone in New York, you watch all these movies. Oh, he wants to be a movie star. He wants to be a musician. He wants to be an artist. Wow, it's very, very hard to make it. But they're always broke, singing in subways or doing whatever they can, having 4 jobs. That's what's portrayed in the movies. Well, if they have that talent, and I have no talent, but I have money and business, and we can put something to work together, it's the best of both worlds for all. And right. You know, I did that with that. And the thing is with that is I love everybody bonding. So what really got to me with the tattoo shops, I ended up having a few, and it was doing well. Like, um, they did well. Problem is, you know, one of my main tattoo artists. I mean, he was busy. He was booked for 6-7 months in advance. Um, and he ended up, I had a female piercer come in because, of course, most people that got pierced back in the day was women. You don't want to come in and have a guy doing your nipple or your belly button or, anything. So I hired a female.
Let's keep it PG, Billy. Let's keep it.
Well, of course, he started dating her, and then my other guys came in, so they would go out and hang out. And there's so many times, like the one time it really killed me. They went to like Lollapalooza or something, and they went in the mosh pit, and Buddy breaks his tattoo hand. Fuck, I'm like, wow, dude, like, are you fucking kidding me? So that really fucked shit up, and rebooking people, and wow. And then like they'd go out and party, and so it's like, customers are coming in, like, hi, come on in. The artist isn't in yet. Let me bring. I'm calling the piercer. I'm calling like every tattooer. It's like, yeah, man, we're still partying, man. Yeah, we're not making it in. I'm like, what about? Oh, they're here too. Like all the staff's here. I'm like, what the fuck? So I got to sit there and see people that have been waiting months, mothers and daughters, and of course, don't eat, don't do this, only have this prior, no alcohol. Like there's a thing that we handed out before they come in, and we send it to them, prior for them to come in, and I got to disappoint them. And they're like, oh my God, they're all excited, and I fucking have to be the one. And I fucking,
you had to be the bad guy.
I had to fucking hate it. So I'm used to being the bad guy. So you know what? It's not nothing new to me, people. So I hated it, but I hated the feeling. And I'm like, these fucking guys got it so fucking good. And you know what? They got me by the balls. If they all tell me to go fuck myself, I'm fucked. So I started looking for businesses that I was in control of, and that's why I got into like, carpentry and building, basements and $100,000 kitchens and $40,000-$50,000 bathrooms. And, then I got into the security and never looked back. And, if my guys couldn't do it, I could fucking do it, but you just find the right people. And then, now with the snakes, I mean, I've got 4 businesses on the go and investments, and I'm going to get bigger and better and stronger in each and learn more. I got a great bunch of people I'm working with. I'm learning from too. I hope I never know everything. I always want to learn. I always want to be taught. I always want to make minor mistakes and learn from it, or learn before I make the mistake. And that's why other people who have experience say, no, don't do that because of this. Oh, fuck, thanks. You saved me. Yeah, well, they're looking after you, right? And I love it. A lot of big things coming, for me in the future and what I'm doing. And it's crazy, right? So that's basically it,
Okay. How did reptiles intertwine in all of this? Because you kept yourself ridiculously busy, right? Like you have so many hobbies and so many things. Well, even business ventures and like everything that you've done. There's always been more than one thing that you focused on at a time. So how did you find to wrap reptiles in?
So I think it was 92, 93. Basically, I ended up getting into the saltwater fish. It was just amazing. And then within a year, I actually saw, because you'd go to Big Al's and some of these other big stores. But a lot of other people opened up like little hobby stores just for saltwater fish, like mom and pop stores that, wasn't like the big ass stores. You could go there. They would bring in stuff. They would spend time and they were really knowledgeable because they were the store owner. And, I got in a really good rapport, started buying a lot of animals. And, what his problem was, didn't have enough funds, right? So I'm like, well, fuck, I can get the funds. Let's do this. So in the basement, we started getting these things and, other tanks and all the things set up. And we started bringing containers of saltwater fish and coral and live rock. And we did pretty well. And then one of my Philippines, I think, came in through LAX and Jakarta and all those other stuff. They would fly into LAX. Most of them I would pay for a service where they would, reoxygenate it and put them in fresher water so that they could
Right.
make the trip, so that the DOAs were less. And there was about, I think 20 or 25% DOA guarantee. So anything over 25%, you're on your own. You took a gamble. So it wasn't the feeling. Where was it? It could have been. Anyways, wherever it came from, it had to go into. Was it the UK? I'd have to look because I had to go through a big thing. But anyways, we had like $65,000 worth of fish and coral and rock that it was British Airways, came through British Airways. So it came and landed, and live fish, do not place in heat, all the stuff that you see now, even 25, 30 years ago, still the same shit. Like live animals, live fish, do not put in heat. Fragile, Bob, do not turn upside down. Same shit like we have now. And of course, they didn't put it on the next fucking plane to Canada. So it sat on the fucking runway in the summer. And apparently, they walked in. What the fuck still? Well, dead fish and dead. Yeah. So I took like 8 months to fight to get like $45,000 back. And the company, because the DOA, they covered 25%. So I basically almost broke even, but I had no inventory from them. And it was just, and then they stopped a lot of these places because it was kept happening over and over. We're not giving you anything. So I'm like, well, I'm not fucking sending $60,000 over for shit. And if it doesn't get here, I'm fucked. No insurance anymore. You couldn't insure live animals. They weren't giving. I'm like, well, okay, let me put 60,000 and roll the fucking dice. So I end up getting out of that game, but I had like, probably $50,000, aquarium, I had everything. And it was, it truly is. It's a lot of work, a lot of work, saltwater, especially getting it established. But once it's established, you still got to do all your tests, and, you have all these machines. Now the whole industry, the sump system wasn't really around like it is now. And, I had UV sterilizers and sand bed things that, what do they call it? Anyways, my brain. So, now it's a lot easier to maintain a tank because, it's like now it's a lot easier to do ball pythons and stuff with the equipment we have and the knowledge. So that's come a long way. But I was so into this that I would always go to Big Al's, pick up stuff or see what's going on. And I went in there for something one night and they were jammed and short-staffed, I believe. And he's like, hey, Billy, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, give me about 15, 20 minutes. Cool. So you're looking around. There's only so many fish you can look around. And then, let me look through the store. So look over in this reptile department and I see this fucking ball python. I'm like, whoa, look at the size of this thing. Some adult. I didn't know it was unhealthy. It's the first time I ever saw a real fucking big snake, in my life in person, right? Besides little garter snakes I used to catch when I was young. So I end up buying this big tank, lights, you name it, a nice little thing around. I probably had it on calci sand, whatever they sold me, you name it. I got it. Like, oh, okay.
Right.
Fucking thousands of dollars later. And I get it home and I'm looking and look, what the fuck is this? Ticks, mites, fuck, a little bit of this. And it just, wow. And, the way it was set up, it didn't thrive. It never ate and the thing died. So then, of course, I go back looking for another one. And the guy's like, hey, dude, you know what? Don't buy one here because they're all wild caught and it's probably just going to die like the one you have. I've seen them come and go. And try this place called Port Credit Pet Center. They deal with, exotic pets. And I'm like, that's a fucking thing. So I go into this place, because it's in Mississauga, or just called Port Credit. It's just on the outskirts of Mississauga, which was like 15 minutes away from where I live. So I go into this place and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Chameleons and fucking scorpions and boas and what the fuck? Corn snakes, king snakes, fucking Pac-Man frog, all these things. I'm like, animals, brown animals, red-eyed tree frogs, cave geckos, fucking leopard geckos, bearded dragons. I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy. So I got the bug and started buying a bunch of everything. I had a veiled chameleon, a nosy blue panther. I had Chinese cave geckos. I had sand boas. I had a little bit of everything. And I just fell in love with the ball python, right? Because I would get them and then, you know, I just figured, you know what? I hated doing the crickets because what I did with crickets, I used to get that little blue water that you'd put into after a while. But then it was, but the crickets, you know, you're scooping them out of the water and squeak, because like, oh, you powder coat them. I'm like, this is so much fucking work. I'd rather just go get a frozen rodent and fucking thaw it out and feed. This is so much better. So I evolved and I just went in. I'm like, you know what? I love the look of the ball python. The corn snakes and the king snakes and the sand boas are cool. But it's you know, I wanted the manly ball python, but I was too, if I can say the word, you know, I'll say I was too afraid. I was going to say the P word, you know, not good. I was too afraid for the big boas and stuff. Cause I'm like, oh no, like, wow, look at the size of them. So I got the ball python cause I could handle them. And, you know, it still looked like a cool snake a manly snake compared to, you know, corn snakes and stuff. So I just went there and here I am, you know? So
if you hadn't gone ball pythons, like obviously you dabbled in everything right away, like so many of us do, right?
And I tried to learn, everything, and you know.
What do you think you would have ran into? Like, what do you think you would have gone after if it wasn't the ball python?
Chameleons, man. I mean, they were pretty badass. Like my nosy bee, I believe it was a he. He got big, and you know. Sometimes you go in his cage or you're trying to do things, or he'd go white and black, like just holy fuck. And then he'd go blue and green and reds would come out. It just phenomenal. Like it, you know, that. And I do love frogs. Frogs were always my favorite thing. My favorite color is green. I've always loved frogs. I did have some dart frogs afterwards at the old facility, but since I grew, I had to get rid of them. You know, I can see myself getting into some frogs. And I mean, I have some bioactive enclosures right now for some of my lizards. I'd like to do like, you know, bioactive frog stuff. I would probably get someone like Reptiliatus, you know, or even, you know, I'm not sure if he does it or not, but other guys here that are great at it to set up, you know, Ashley Dezan, she's up here in Northern Lights, I think is her company. Sorry if I butchered that, but she does a lot of importing and exporting and has like some amazing stuff. And I could just Google a lot of people that are into that or bioactive enclosures. There's a lot of people up here. And I could do that and set these frogs up really, really awesome. I just don't have the time and that, but I could see myself, you know, the frogs. I really love the chameleons. I still see them now and I'm like, fuck, you know. So I could have seen myself going that route too, but I don't know. For some reason, it was the snakes, right? Because you can hold them at all. You can't really go and handle chameleons all the time because they would stress out. And just, okay, he's stressed out. Leave him alone. You know, if ball pythons change colors when they were fucking pissed off, for a lot of these fucking people that you know were kissing them and holding them, they probably wouldn't because they're stressed out. Like, you know, it is what it is, but I just chose the ball pythons and look where I'm at, you know? So
I think it has a lot to do with your drive. Like you said, you were always in that entrepreneurial spirit, right? Did you, like, when you started grabbing ball pythons, did you have it in your mind, this is what I'm going to do? Like, I'm going to make this a business, or was it just, oh, I want a couple of pets around my next office, or what was your imagination with it?
Well, going to Port Credit Pet Center and talking to the owner, which is Grant Crossman, you know, he worked in the store. He ended up buying it. He worked in there as a kid, ended up taking it over from the owner, and he worked there. And then, you know, now he's running the CRBE and the expos, and he's got a big distribution, and he still owns Port Credit Pets, but it's not a store. It's more of a distribution. And he sells stuff, and he's got an online store, and you know, he's still in it. Like, you know, it's a passion. I mean, he's been doing it probably for 40 years, you know, maybe even longer. Like it's in our blood. Right. You know, and we love what we do. Like, I love doing it. Like I work fucking hard and I love doing things and doing things better and constantly learning and trying things, and helping other people. That's what I do. And I'm always going to do it, whether you like it or not. when I went there, you know, you can breed these things and you can make more. Yeah, it's not that hard. Oh my God, it was fucking fascinating to me. Like, you know, from going from fish, you know, to a snake and then all these other reptiles, and you could breed them. Oh my God, pretty cool. Wow. And then, you know, it was fascinating to me. And you know, we didn't have spider, pastel, none of the genes were there. It was all the codon, the recessives. And pieds were 50K. Albinos were 35,000. Xanthics were 25,000. Genetic stripe was 22,000. And what other one was there? But yeah, 22,000 for a genetic stripe.
Banana.
You know, yeah.
Or no, that was after the banana, huh?
What's that?
When
Clown?
hides and all that were running that high, that or no, that
Oh,
was
that was
around the
way
same
before.
time banana was
No,
first came in and was doing 50, right?
Yeah, banana, I think, was 2006, maybe like 8 years later. I'm talking before 2000s. Like, I think I got my first pastel at 5,000 or 6,000 in 2002, maybe 3. You know, my first pied was 2004, I think, or 5 at 12.5 for a male. Pretty crazy. You know, back in the day when normals, I don't know if you know this. Do you know how much normal breeder females sold for back in when the days when I was coming up?
Oh, I don't remember exactly. I want to say it was like 10,000 or something crazy.
No, well, it could be, but $1 a gram for a normal.
That's insane.
$1 a gram. So if you bought a female that was 2,600 grams, you paid $2,600. And the funny thing is, you know, the week after it's shit, it's now a $2,400 animal because they fed it like 2 or 3 rats. You fucking assholes. That's how it was, you know. They're feeding it 2 or 3 rats at $4 a piece, and they're charging you fucking, you know, $100. Yeah, I mean, they made an extra $200 shits were coming out of these animals. It's like, wow, but that's how it was, man. But yeah, craziness, you know, and that's the thing, man. I've been through here. And for the first 3 years, I bred. I mean, I didn't even breed. I had 20 normal fucking ball pythons. Yeah, of course, Tico. And we spell it Teeqo. Look at him. Fucking boss dog. Look at him. Yeah, we're talking about you, big boy. But yeah, so I know for 2-3 years, all I was able to open up and appreciate and love were fucking normals that I had to raise up to size. So, you know, like I've done this when, you know, there's no way half the fucking people in this industry that love the ball pythons could have 20 fucking normals and raise them up for 3 fucking years, and that's all they have. Wow. I didn't get into this for the money. I got into it because the love. And now my love and my what I've done has turned into a very, very lucrative business. The love never went away. The passion. You couldn't do what I do if you didn't love what the fuck you do in these animals. So all these fucking chirp, 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 you know me so well. Go fuck yourself. It's crazy. Like, wow, you know?
So when did you decide that it was going to go from like just a couple of animals to, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is going to be a business.
I shared this. Well, it wasn't even going to be a business. I just wanted to breed snakes, you know, I mean, but I knew I was going to do it a lot. Like I got bit, you know, I knew it because I showed on my Patreon. I have a thing on every Thursday. It's called Throwback Thursday. And I showed my setup. I think it was 2002, 2003, where I turned a little space in my basement. I custom floored it, insulated the walls. You know, I had a cabinet. So remember, I had about 20, at this time, I think I had about 27 snakes. I might even have had the pastel, but I had 20 normals, 10 were het albinos, and 10 were het pieds. The het albinos were $1,500 each, and the het pieds were $2,500 each. The little hatchlings, they have 40 grand worth of 20 little normal ball pythons. So I end up getting some other stuff, pastels. I got a spider 2 years later in the same room, but I posted a room that I built, and I had only 20, 24, 25, 26, maybe 27 animals. And I had a cabinet maker build me enough to hold like 50 adults, 60 grow-ups, sub-adults, and 200 hatchlings. And I got the wood. I didn't even have all the tubs yet because I couldn't even afford all the tubs, right? But I knew I wanted to do this. So I built it, and people on my Patreon see, that. And then when I grew 5 years later, and then, they see all my different facilities up until now, and they see the change, like, holy fuck, everything was melamine, Rubbermaid. I've been in this forever, and I love it. And all the things that I learned and stuff and went through, it's made me what I am today. Knowing what I know now, I would have jumped through the hoops 10 times as much and gone through 10 times the bullshit, because where I'm at now, it's fucking worth everything I've done. Thank God I didn't have it that bad. But yeah, I did. Built it from the ground up, man. And I don't even know why I chose it. It was just there. I loved it because, we didn't have any of the fucking morphs. And anything that was cool to look at beside a normal was 20,000 and up. I didn't have that kind of fucking loot, and I just grew into it. But, you see, when I did that, I built a fucking custom room. I got 25, 26, 27 animals, but I got room to house 300, like I knew I wanted to do this. And it was just to breed, not even to turn it into a business. Like I didn't think I could make a living off of it. Just go to the expo and the small little venue and sell stuff, or trade amongst the other people I knew, sell back to Port Credit Pet Center. And when I was going there, picking up rats, I'd meet other people that did it. And, that's how I grew, man. Growing to PetStart, learning, trying. There was no YouTube. There was no mentors. There was no social media. So, I'm still here because I love it. And because I do really well now, because I made great investments, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to shoot for over 300, with me and Austin, 400 clutches together. You can't do that if you don't, they just want to make money. Do you know how much effort and money it costs? I just spent another $30,000 with racks from fucking ARS just to house the babies that are coming. Oh, yeah. Never mind the work and the cost for the rats. Like, they're just in it to make money. Yeah, but I spend fucking 18 hours a day with my staff. I spend $40,000 a month to have this. Like, shake your fucking head, people. Like, come on. I spend to do this. And, how about you're doing it wrong? You shouldn't. Okay. If you don't like the way I do it, then don't fucking do it.
Right.
And that's the thing, right? Like, I work hard and we do things, and I have an amazing team, and I don't know. I love seeing people do. I know so many people that are doing well that they've listened to me, or I've taught them something. The new ultrasound video we did, I've got so many messages. Oh, Billy, thanks. I was doing it wrong. I don't fucking have to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I do.
Let's jump on that.
People do it well.
Like when you came up, you had literally no help at all. Like everyone was just like, hey, you're not giving me money. I don't give two craps about you. Figure it out yourself, or just get the hell out of my hobby. So
that's how it was, man. Like, and people wanted to see you fail. People wanted me to fucking fail. There's some breeders here that I don't deal with because I wanted their help. They wouldn't give it to me. I was too hyper. Fucking this guy here. He's got money. He's going to be a flake out and done. They didn't want to help. And, it sucked. And, it is what it is. People get to choose who they want to work with and who they don't. It happens now in the industry. There's projects that are there that, some people can't fucking get their hands on it because they don't want you to get your hands on it. It's a fucking business. And it sucks because I want to make stuff and do things. And yeah, I mean, I could be a threat in a project, but at the same time too, I want it for my own creativity and make what I have better. And it sucks that, people choose who they want their animal to go to, but I understand it, right? It's business, and you got to treat it like a business to keep it a business. So you got to sort of, I like to sort of, juggle both, but, end of the day, you got to run your business like a business.
No, 100%. So, when you finally got to the process, like you've told this story essentially, like you've told people how hard it was back in the day, and like you purely had to come from a point of passion into what you are today, and that's what created the YouTube. So tell us about like the thought, because I remember, what was it, like 5 years, I was trying to find the video and I couldn't freaking find it, but I remember the water bucket challenge with you outside in your skivvies in the freaking snow, and you're like, I'm Billy Rose and these people should do the water bucket challenge, and I believe that it's a good cause because of this. And then you just went, you're like, it's fucking cold, I'm out of here.
Yeah, remember, and when I did it, I sat there and I said, hey, if everyone knows me, I go big and stay home. And then I had the fucking, the Caterpillar, or the big excavator filled with water. The funny thing is we put ice in it, right, to keep it cold. And I didn't realize when it was 10 feet above and it poured, when it hit me on the head, I was bleeding because the ice chips kept fucking nailing in my head. So at the end of the video, I'm sitting there talking and stuff, and I'm bleeding. Your head's bleeding. Like, what do you mean? I go like this, my hand's covered in blood because, if you ever go, I'm sure it's still up there, but if you ever go to my early ALS ice bucket challenge, it's pretty hilarious. And yeah, but fucking don't put ice in water if it's going to fall 10 feet above your head, because this bald head got fucking, I still have scars, crazy, like fucking idiot. But hey, it was fun, worthy cause. So
absolutely.
But yeah, that's just how I am. I like doing things big if I could.
You went from that to really taking a platform, not only to share what you do, but to teach others.
I try, right? And I don't edit my videos. This is what I get. I screw up. Oh, wow. Everyone does. If I open a tub and there's poop in it, oh, well, it'll be clean that day. It's not realistic to open up every single tub when you have 100 animals, fuck, even 50, and not have someone go to the bathroom or cocoa in your water dish. It's crazy because people would message me and say, hey, Billy, what am I doing wrong? What do you mean? Nobody, we're doing things wrong. Every time I go down, they're shitting or they're shedding. Well, that's a good fucking sign. You want that. Oh, well, there's this and this. And, how do you big breeders? I'm like, we don't. That happens here. No. I see this guy and this guy. I follow him. That never happens. I'm like, that's because it's staged. And that's why if you listen to my old stuff, I'm like, guys, it's okay. Like, I'd even go, oh my God, there's poop in the corner. Oh my God, oh my God, it's going to kill the snow. You know what I mean? Like, it's just education. And if you're taught a certain way, or you only see one way, and that's why, like, if you want to keep your animals in a big enclosure, great. Learn how to do it. Call someone up like Jube, fucking Kayla. I call her Jube, but everyone knows her as Jube. But Kayla, who Jube's the snake. I call her Jube, but her name's Kayla. The shit she has to put up with some of the questions. I feel, I don't know how she does it, because I've had it too. And I'm like, whoa, I'm like, but the level she's at with, 10,000 plus or 20,000 plus people promoting it, wow, the amount of messages and questions she gets, it's like, whoa, like, but, you can reach out and do things different ways and learn to do things and find the way you like. I just don't get how people think there's only one fucking way to do it, and it's their way. Well, no, why isn't it my way? What makes your way better than my way? And you're never going to fucking argue. You know, why are you a conservative? Why are you a liberal? Why are you left? Why are you right? Why are you, you know, this religion and not this religion? Why? It's never going to fucking stop. So live with it and deal with each other. Like, fuck, I don't get it. But hey, you know, I like trying things.
That's part of it. So you went and you decided to take YouTube and start giving information out, sharing your passion. You started explaining to people, especially how to run a business, because you had that mindset. You've done it multiple times, and whether you failed or you succeeded, you've succeeded more often than not, which is lucky for a lot of people, because a lot of people have it the other way around. Like, that ratio is completely backwards, sir. I don't know how you pulled that out.
You also got to know when enough is enough. There's some things where it's like, you know, and then you got to sort of modify and get out. And that's the thing when, with Patreon, I've had a lot of people over the years coming, and at the top 2 tiers, I look at their collection and I look and I'm like, yeah, this is a mess, but you can fix it. Oh yeah. I'm going to go buy a $5,000 mail when I get my income tax back. And that ain't going to fix the mechs. It's just going to add to it. One animal isn't going to cut the fat, pick 2 or 3 projects, not 20. Like, whether people take my advice or not, you know, I want them to do well, and not everything I say is always going to work. There's so many other factors, but I do know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I've been there. I've been in homemade racks. I've been in, you know, animals that don't breed, that, you know, I started off small, low end. I know what I've made mistakes. I know what works and I know what doesn't. If I can control all the factors that I can control to an extent, the factors like odds, you know, sex, if she's going to lay or not, that's out of my control. That's the animals and the odds gods. But if I can control the food, the husbandry, the pairing, you know, when to pair, what to do, how, know what to pair to what, when to buy certain animals, how to invest, what I need for ratios. So many people doing 1-to-1, 1-to-2. You're not going to do well. You need 1-to-3, 1-to-4 minimum, right? And then when you grow and now you have 7 females, you don't want to use that same male. You need something better. So then you're doing 2-to-7, you know, and then 3-to-12. And then you cold stuff back, add new genes, you know, because it's like pied. I do pied. You know, I do this a few times. I think pied, anything pied, het pied, or possible het pied, I have 539 animals in my collection that have pied or het pied or pos. Clown, I have 648. You know, lavender, I'm in the hundreds, 200s. You know, het monsoon, possible het monsoons, I'm in the hundreds, like 100 and something. And I still am missing and chasing odds. Like, you know, absolutely. People like, you know, don't have a 1.1, 1.2 and 40 different projects, because you're going to fail, you know, and, you know, but it also depends on what you want to do with your collection, right? I know it must be tough to, what's that from? I'm sorry. Go. From Jacob? Why? Oh, so he was on last week. Okay. I'm sitting there. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, man, it was a tough spot. I actually, when he said it, I'm like, fuck, dude, really? After Jacob, man? After the shit he's making? I don't know, dude. Maybe can I skip a week? And he's like, nah. He is, dude. And it's great. He used to be on my Patreon too. And I'm glad to see people, you know, whether he took some of the stuff I have or a lot of it and other people's. It's great to see people fucking do well. You know, it is. And whether I can put it on YouTube, you know, because I'm not going to sit there and do what I do on Patreon for YouTube. You know, right. I can't. Here's something like I want people to do well. I want people to get excited and do well enough where it's like, hey, maybe I should take this serious and join Billy's Patreon or Justin's or Miguel's or whoever's. You know, Ozzy's got one, and fuck, Eric the Meyer just opened one. You know, find a mentor you like and do it. You know, I'm going to do more things than other people or do things more in depth than others, but other people can give you more, you know, it's different. You know, if all of our Patreons were the same, why the fuck would someone open a new one? Like we're different. I'll give you different things. You know what I mean? Mine's not the same as Justin's, the same as Will's, and the same as Garrick. It's all different. You know, you can be on several, but if you have to pick one, find what better suits you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, wow, you know, and there's all the fucking haters out there. Oh, I'd never join a Patreon. Oh, you know, they got their experience from other people that didn't charge them. And why should, okay, cool. Awesome. Don't, you know, hope you're going to do well in 3 to 5 years. Because the people that think that they want to do this and listen and learn and join, I know they're going to do well. As long as they put the work in and do a lot of the stuff and understand what we are saying, you know,
No, 100%.
It's crazy, you know, just like, you know, oh, I'm not paying for Husbandry Pro for $20 a month. I can write it there. Cool. You can't do half the shit I can do. You know what I mean? You can't do half the shit. How are you taking your Excel sheet and transferring a fucking animal? You're not. How are you taking your Excel sheet and printing off a fucking price list, you know, or QR codes so people at a fucking expo can use their camera and they get all the information on that animal? You know, I get a fucking store. I get a website. You know, I mean, the stuff that's coming is insane. How the fuck do you do that off your thing? You don't want to spend $10, $5, $10, $15 for something that is, wow. Same people that don't want to.
That sets you up for success. It's,
you know, I get it. It's once people get their mindset, you know, you don't need it. But I'm telling you, if you had it and you it's the best thing I've ever had in my life in this whole industry. You know, Husbandry Pro is more important to me now than a fucking ultrasound. And an ultrasound is fucking, as you hear, it's important. Oh, you don't need an ultrasound. You can do, oh my God. Yeah. You get 17 fucking females gravid with one male. You know, I've had so many people that you know, got animals from guys that don't have ultrasounds, and 2 weeks later, the fucking female's sitting on eggs. Yeah, you don't need an ultrasound. You just gave a guy a $10,000 clutch for free, you fucking jackass. It's crazy. You don't need one. No, I don't need a car to get to work. I can walk. I can fucking take a skateboard. I can take a bike. I can pay for an Uber. I can have somebody pick me up and drive. I can take a bus. Don't need a fucking vehicle. But I guarantee you, if you had your own vehicle and fucking souped up the way mine is, you'd want that than all the other fucking things. But I don't need it. So they are correct. Wow. I've never had anybody say, wow, this ultrasound, yeah, it's a waste of time. It's not. No. So,
but it's a mentality, man. Like,
especially new people, right? Because
everyone wants to say that they're investing in themselves, but they don't want to invest in themselves. And even at the top levels, you see people like constantly, like yourself, you're always investing in something new. You're always finding a way to not only upgrade your animals, but upgrade the way you keep your animals, upgrade the knowledge on the animals and how to better yourself and become more efficient, right? Ozzy jumps into so many different things where he's like, talking about real estate, talking about other things. Like, he has set himself up to be
correct,
wealthy beyond measure in multiple avenues. Like,
and that's
the things people don't want to take that time and not only the time, but the money. Like, money scares people. And I understand that because I came from no money. But once I started putting it in, life became so much easier.
Yeah. So I do a lot of like, on my Patreon, I do a motivational Monday, you know, get people's week started off with a fucking fighter under their ass or, you know, something positive. And I screenshot a lot of these things because I get motivated from a lot of this shit. And I just saw this the other day. And, okay, Grant Cardone, fucking real estate tycoon, billionaire.
Yep.
Staying average is harder than the work it takes to become great.
Can you say that again?
Okay. Ready?
Turn it up.
I don't want to fuck it up. So I'm going to say it. I'm going to read it so I don't fucking butcher it. Staying average is harder than the work it takes to become great. Okay. the things that you do to be successful doesn't happen overnight. It's you know, the information, like think about this. You want to go and be a carpenter, okay? You just go buy a saw, buy a blade. You don't know what, because you know there's different types of blades for different types of cuts, right? You know, there's a 24 tooth that just rips fucking, you know, that just rips 2x4s and cuts it in half because you don't care how the finish. You know, then you can get a 128 tooth blade that cuts like butter, no frayed edges. You know, different things, you know, but you don't know that, you know. Oh, I can router. Oh, there's a planer. Oh my God, there's this. Like, oh, you know, there's different tools to do this and you know, make miters, you know, your miter saw, you know, and doing stuff like that. You know, you do it that way, you may be good 5 years down the road, or not even be as good as somebody that goes and becomes a journeyman or gets into the trade, goes to school. And you're going to be so much further ahead in the first year than a guy doing it 5 years without any help. You'll both be just as great, but he did it in fucking year 1. You're doing it in 5 years. That 4-year gap, that's a lot of wow, you know, and that's the thing. I know people, I see their collections. I know what they're made of. I know they're going to do well, but it's not till 4 or 5 years from now. Right. Okay. Because they don't have the extra investment. They can't, they're set up great. They're going to do well. But if you had an extra 200 grand, fuck, would you be on the, you'd be killing it in 3 years instead of 5. And, you know, and it sucks. But if you're doing it right and you're happy and you love what you do, okay, and you don't have the extra money, you're still going to have success, except you're limited of your success and how fast it comes. Okay. And don't hate on fucking guys that come in and buy all the great shit and drop in $500,000. They're going to do amazing as long as they put in the work, keep learning, understand and do things right. You know, Miguel's number 1 at that. You know, came in, made mistakes, fucked up, listened to the wrong people, started like looking, and it's like, hey, you know, I think I'm doing things wrong. Let me reset and start over and fucking throw money at it. Wow, look what it does. You could do that too in 10 years without all that money, except you got to know how to do that. Right. You know, so I mean, you know, it's just people, you know, don't want to invest in themselves. They don't want to take risks. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to keep learning. They're afraid to spend the money and invest. I get it. It's scary. You know, no one said this is going to be easy. And you can do everything I'm telling you. Spend money, work hard, do that, and you can still fail. But do you want to find out if you're going to fail or be successful, or just be unsuccessful and not even fucking try? That's it, man.
I like that.
You know, like I want to try. I'm getting into different ventures right now, and you know, with other people, and I could fail, but I'm trying. And as soon as things don't go great, I'm going to try to figure out how do we get it. I'm not, oh, well, that didn't work. That sucked. No. How do we fix it? How do we do this? Let's try a different way. I'll find a way. And with everything I put at it, if it doesn't work, guess what? I learned something. Move on to
a little tenacity.
Else. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. So
with your background, like, obviously the majority of the way you do things is in racks because you produce to scale. Like you do a lot of things, but you've also taken the time to start bringing in other animals like your tarantulas, and you have lizards, you have the parrot, you have all kinds of stuff that's coming in, and you've taken the time to actually build them enclosures and do stuff. What are some of the skills that you've taken from like prior to reptiles that you're now being able to put into skills and maybe teach and mentor the younger generations like Austin and Lord Elion and all of them that have the chance to feed off of you and learn something they're going to be able to pass on now?
Well, especially like, you know, Austin and Lord and even Alex and even Catherine, you know, they've seen what I've done, what I'm going through, what's happened, the stress I go through, the highs, the lows, you know, the excitement when we hit, the shit when we don't. They understand it's not easy. Like, you know, you'll never hear me say, oh, ball python breeding is so easy. The more you spend, the fucking easier it is. No, I work harder now than I ever did. And if anyone tells you that this gets easier, the bigger you get, they're fucking, they're lying to you. Like, you know, you get more rewarded, and you invest more, and you buy more, and you can grow, and you can take it to different levels that you probably aren't used to now, but it's at a cost. You know, like, I could not be as big as I am, be on this show right now and do my Patreon and half the other things that I enjoy doing with the size of my collection. They'd be dying. They wouldn't be properly cared for if I didn't have a team. I would not have got this big if I did not have a great team to rely on. Because if I got sick, I mean, when Austin got sick and the COVID hit, you know, some of them, or when Austin went away for 3 weeks to Portugal, holy fuck, you realize how much his work and effort and what he does, you know, you appreciate it more, because it's like, holy fuck, like, wow. I mean, you don't realize what is involved until you've got it all on your shoulder. Wow, I couldn't do it. You know, like if you know, I lost a team member and I couldn't replace, let's sell 400 animals, because we can't do this properly and keep the animals' health and keep the husbandry up. And, you know, we couldn't even be able to fucking produce as much. I'd lower my production. I would take all that into consideration, you know, but I can take all this time and do what I do because of my team and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm grateful for it. But
how many people did you kind of go through before you finally found that team?
Yeah, a few. Yeah. You know, there's some stories, but I won't get into them. But, yeah, but I mean, Austin has been great. He's has a talent for IDing and stuff. And, you know, he's learned a lot from me. He's learned a lot from experimenting on his own, listening to other people. And you know, he's got his own set of skills. But I would say a lot of, you know, where he's going, or if he wanted to leave and go on his own, I know from, you know, what he's seen me and how I've come up, and what he'll know, like, fuck that. I know when we do 250 clutches, like, fuck, I'm going to stick to 100, maybe 150. Cause, you know, I know he's, you know, gonna pre-think of what he knows and what he's experienced, even with shows and purchasing and shipping. And, you know, I'm a wreck for 2 days while shipping's there until I get all the messages that, yeah, I mean, it's, and that's because I fucking care. You know, like, you know, oh, I don't give a shit about my snakes. If you watch that, and I'm probably going to post it up on my Patreon one more time for new people. If you watched us unbox the frozen snakes, and you think that, like, fuck, I'm tearing up right now. And you think that we were acting at any point, or you know, that was fucking staged, you're just fucked in the head. You know, and I learned a lot from that, because I was just going to stick them right in an incubator. I had people message me and call me, no, don't. Like, you know, you can't go from frozen to hot as fast as you can. That'll fuck them up. And I learned a lot. And because of that, I've been able to help other people when the unfortunate, you know, things happened in Texas. People were like, Billy, I saw your video, and, you know, we're able to come back now, and fucking, you know, power's still off, but my, you know, or it's coming back on, and my animals were frozen. And what do I do? You know, what did, you know, don't put them in the incubator. Like, you know, keep your room up, and gradually, like, I was able to help other people, and other people saw the video and other stuff that I talked about. To, you know, I had never had that happen. Like, oh, it's cold, let's get it warm. But yeah, but you can't go from A to B so fast. And wow, and like, you know, Will Morose called up from Royal Canadian Reptiles, and like, hey man, you know, do this. If you put it, you know, in the tub the next day, you know, don't fill the water dish up. because if it's lethargic and it goes in and it can't pull its head out, now it's drowning itself.
Right.
I didn't know that. I wouldn't have done that. I would have come over. Oh my God, my snakes are doing, they're back alive. Oh, this one's dead because it drowned itself, or it could, put a 1/4 inch of water in the cup. Fuck, man. Like, the communities help and it saved my animals because they're still alive today. One didn't make it out of all of them, but like, wow. I mean, I got some of them fucking breeding. They're going to be laying eggs, and it's phenomenal. Right. But that was traumatizing to me, but because of that and what I had to go through, I can help other people. And I have. So many people message me from Texas and, what did you do and do this? Should I do this? Yes. And do this. Like, oh, thanks, Billy. And it's fucking amazing that, something potentially fatal, like, fuck, I honestly thought, hey, these things are dead. Let's just fucking dispose of them. Like, but no, they'll come back to life. And I'm like, what the fuck are these people saying? I'm looking at my text. They'll unthaw and come back to life. I'm like, look at these fucking idiots. There's no fucking way. It's frozen. It's not even breathing.
Right.
Fuck, guess what?
Man.
I learned, and it's amazing how, that trauma turned into something that we can all learn from and other people can learn from. But one thing I learned, never ship animals in December. And I've stopped. I've the last 2 years, I've not shipped animals in December and I never will, unless it's here in Canada where it's nice each way, where no problem. But I'm not doing it where there's snow or stuff, or, I'm not doing it. Black Friday, especially in the US and all, Cyber Monday. I'm not
major shipping holidays.
Right. I'm not doing it. And I stuck to my word because I never want to be in that position for myself or for anyone. I don't want anyone to go through that. And it still happens rarely. And it fucking sucks and it's heartbreaking. So I don't want to ever put my animals through that or a customer or myself because, I'm fucking like biting my nails. Like, oh my God, like, why are they messaging me? Is the animal okay? Like, it's a big thing for me, So I learned, right?
I think that's one of the hardest things for people to get over too, is like when they're shipping, regardless of the level that you get at, when you're letting a baby go, you just
yeah.
just like,
I don't ship my Corey DeLong from CD Constrictors. He bought one of the very first ones I released, Asphalt Heck Clown Mail. And when it came out and stuff, I'm like, dude, he's like, hey man, when can I get this thing? And I'm like, dude, you know what? My shipment's in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Honestly, I would rather get another couple fucking months worth of meals in, yeah, he's okay. But I would rather wait. I got another shipment and fucking 4 weeks or 5 weeks after that. So within the next 2 months. And he's like, well, it's not like I'm breeding it, dude. And if you feel that that's what's best for the animal, fucking awesome. And then I did. And then when he ended up getting him, it was like fucking 350 grams, 400 grams. He's like, holy fuck, Billy. Well, yeah, because once you go from fuzzy and fuzzy, that's the thing. People don't realize, like, fuzzy, it's only going to grow a certain thing. Then when it gets a little bigger and now you go to pup, now it has that big boost. So I think he was on like maybe I might have fed it a weaned or two, and it's like, holy shit, Billy, this thing's holy fuck. Like fucking 7 weeks ago, you didn't even want to ship it. Now the thing's fucking like 2 months away from breeding. He wasn't happy. And the thing is, that's a person I love dealing with. Wants the snake when it's best. He's not in a rush to have it so he can take photos and fucking put it on social media. I love doing people with that. I love, that because I'm sure he would end up utilizing that, or I would hope where, hey, you know what? Well, fuck, here's a big breeder that fucking I bought an animal, wanted to hold it back for another month at his cost to feed. It's not like it's crazy when people are shipping animals 69 fucking grams, ball pythons, 80 fucking grams. Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's crazy. Like, you ship me an 80-gram fucking animal, I will unbox it and humiliate the fuck out of you And I will never buy or suggest anyone buy from you ever fucking again until you fucking smarten the fuck up. Honestly, you know, wow. You know,
So you're beyond just like the US and Canada too. And I know
Europe.
most people probably know this, but like you're shipping, it's Indonesia, right? Like you do Indonesia,
I've
you
done
do
Indonesia.
Asia
I've done
somewhere.
Asia. I've done the, you know, US. I mean, yeah, US, obviously. I'd like to start getting into Mexico, you know, where Miguel's going into. We'll see. I want to start doing other, you know, other places. But, you know,
So
I'm,
kind of for those people that they aspire to be at that level, right? Or like they're smaller and you have that interest in like Canada or the UK or other areas, right? Like what's some of the things that you would advise people coming to that portion of it to kind of
selling
look into
international.
and set up? Yeah.
Um, you basically, I mean, shipping anything is I don't want to say sketchy. The word is stressful.
Right.
You do this, you put it in other people's hands, and you then they broker. All my animals get brokered through professional companies that do this. That I rely on them for what they do, and then they put it on a truck or a plane, and then other people. I mean, it probably goes through 10 people's hands until it lands in yours. Anyone can fuck up. Anyone, and it's stressful. So
Shh, I'm trying to get free information. Hush.
yeah. So you want to make sure too that you're doing it right. You know, I'm not going to ship animals into the US without CITES. The
Right.
people that use their company and do it right, in the US, they got a clear customs, fish and wildlife inspection, and show the paperwork and do things right. I've seen people, I saw a post where somebody shipped in a box with bubble wrap, shoved the snake in, poked some holes, and wrote like live animals and sent it through the United States Parcel Service. No cardboard. Like, that could have been crushed. Like, do things the right way. Stop fucking cutting corners on fucking your animals because you can't. Oh, I can get a box that I got for free instead of spending $10 for one that's properly suited for the animal and structured, because parcels go on top, and the box was sort of, thank God it wasn't. These boxes are made because you could probably stand on them at 200 pounds for 5 minutes before they would collapse. They're made for the protection of the animals. They also keep the heat in or out, or please do things correct for the animals. Stop cutting corners to fucking save $5 or $10 and put the animals at fucking risk. It's crazy, Build up a good network. Don't, if your animals are going to be doing a 2-3 day process before they get to the customer, it's got to be healthy. It can't be 90 grams. Just use your head, do things right. If it needs a fucking heat pack or two, fucking spend the money on it. If it doesn't, then don't, but listen to the people that know what they're doing for the instructions to get that animal from A to B fucking safely, So, shipping, no matter where it is, you have to know what you're doing and do it right. And it's warm here, so it doesn't need a heat pack. It's going to fucking Alaska, guys. It's fucking minus 20 there. Right. It'll be great here, but in 12 hours from now, that thing's going to be clinging for its life. Like, you got to know what the fuck you're doing. And
that's one of the things that cracks me up all the time. So like when they leave El Paso, they either go to Indiana or they go to Memphis, right?
Memphis, yeah, and those hubs are fucking
9 times out of 10 it's in Memphis.
There.
So you're looking at Memphis weather and you're like, well, it's only going to be 20 degrees or it's raining and it's horrible out there. I'm going to put a heat pack in. And I've had people say, hey, I'm not going to put anything in. I'm just going to ship it. And I'm like, if you're going to send it to me, you're going to send it the right way.
Yeah,
Otherwise, don't send it
100%.
at all. Or
Yeah.
I'll tell them, hey, I'm not shipping today. You can wait another day, or you're going to wait one more week because I don't like the weather there. And there's a chance that it's going to get stuck over there. And by the time it's to you, it's over that 72 hours those heat packs are going to work.
Yep. I mean, it's crazy.
But these, like, another thing I do is, like, I don't know how you do quality control at the thing, but like when I get batches, I try to, so when I place my order, I try to get an extra heat pack to make sure it's the same lot, right? So I'll pay for an extra one. And then I'll pull it from that lot, make sure it works and it stays up for the 72 hours. Because I
Okay.
remember, what was it, like 2 years ago? 2-ish years ago, a bunch of people had heat packs from all the shipping companies. They all purchased the same lots and they sent them out, and
They're
all
all
those,
bad.
that entire lot didn't work.
Right. I had one of those because I buy cases of them, and I had to replace. I got the case replaced. So, yeah, it really sucks. You know, I mean, little things. You know, and if you don't know what you're looking for, you know, you're gonna put that in and not even realize it's not heating up. So that's why, like, you know, if you're ever doing heat packs, don't just use it like, oh, I got to ship the animal right now. Open it up, shake it, put it in. I do it like an hour before. You take the heat pack, shake it, and you're going to know if it's not shakeable, because sometimes those other ones were like a gel. It was like, what the fuck? Like, it's not shaken, you know, it's gel. But you take it and you put it in, and you put it in, like I put it in the shirts you guys give me. I got stacks of shirts. I get the heat packs, shove them in the shirts because it stays warm. And then when you take it out, it's like, oh, it's an hour later. It's not working. You know, you should check on it to make sure it's working, you know, 20 minutes in and seeing if it's warmed and stuff. And if it not, then you got to do another one, right? Do you think snake bags should be hung from a dowel rod? I've seen that. I think Mark Mandic did that. I actually thought it was quite clever. Okay, the way he did that. But in shipping, if they're throwing, I honestly don't know. But I like the fact, because I don't really use many bags. I try to use the deli containers because, one, they're more secure, gives them a little bit more room. And one thing about bags, guys, if you're packing multiple animals and one urinates, like a big female, and it wicks into the other ones, that animal is now waterboarded. They can't breathe because the nylon or the cloth sack is soaked. That animal can't breathe through that bag. Just like you see waterboarding when they put a towel over, that oxygen now is sealed. So I've unfortunately lost animals in the past. And it wasn't even the animal that, you know, the small little hatchling that peed, because it's going to be a little bit. It's the one in it that gets shifted around. It goes and it wicks through. And next thing you know, I have a dead snake because some other animal urinated. So I like to use the deli containers. Yes, they're a little bit more expensive, but guess what? They're stackable. Okay. You can shift them. You know, if an animal pisses in one, it's not going through the plastic to get onto the other one. It's more secure. Okay. When going through, you know, especially international shipping where they've got to be inspected, they got to go now and take the bag open, look in, and then reseal it. What happens if they don't seal it properly? Here it is, nice and clear. They can see. Much smarter way to do things, at an extra cost, but safer for the animals. So, but that one there, when I saw it, was pretty neat, because I've seen people pack and pack and pack. Great. But when they get shifted around, and next thing you know, a little hatchlings with an adult, now it gets crushed or suffocated, you know. But when I saw that, I'm like, wow, that actually is good. But I don't know how it moves or swings, or I don't know if he packs around. I'm not really sure, but I saw it. I'm like, wow, that's pretty smart.
I mean, that's what they do when they import. That's kind of where my thoughts were when we were talking about, like, Indonesia and stuff, right? Like when you're exporting there, because I assume if they're going to pay for exportation all the way over there, they're probably not buying like one or two animals. They're probably buying it in a group. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah. What else question we got?
So let's kind of jump into what people are. Most of the people here are either well, they all know you, obviously. You're freaking Billy Rose, but for those that come up on this in the future, if they're looking to actually make something of this, how would you recommend someone starting out their collection in order to, we'll say, profit, because that's what people are looking for, obviously.
Yeah, well, it's not only profit, it's like so what I would even suggest is, if you are wanting to do this, the best way to grow is have more animals. But not only more animals, better animals that you have now. So the purpose of breeding is to produce better animals for your future breeding. If you don't be breeding, or you miss, or you're not doing that, you're going to have to go buy others for your future success. If you watched on the live in 2021, I bought 41 animals in that year, plus some. Okay. In that year, I probably held back over 300 animals. So I held back in 1 year 300 animals, and I bought probably 50 others. Okay. Those now in 2021, some of this year and next year, I'm going to reap the rewards in amazing, better animals that I'm making now, or that I have now, better chances of making more animals that are at 1 and 4, 1 and 8, 1 and 16, because I got more, instead of 1 and 3, now I got 3 to 12. I got better chances with more genetics to hit the harder odds. And when you have better odds and making better stuff in numbers, I need 3 females. You have 1 clutch and you get 5 males and 1 female. Well, that's shitty year for you, because now you only have 1 female for your future. Now, what do I do if I'm smart? Going to buy 3 others now, so I have 4 to continue that 1 male to 3, 4 female ratio to do things right with the right genetics. So if I just got lost. I keep looking at the damn thing. I hate that. But so many people, if you're doing things right and you're making good stuff, you want to hold as much of the good stuff back and sell off the little stuff. Yes, you might not make money, but you move the stuff off, get some experience in sales, building a customer, because, whatever you hold back now is going to do way better for you in a few years, and usually 3 times, 4 times the amount of money that you would make today. So if you're thinking about building a business or longevity, you've got to plan for stuff to make, to hold back and buy to breed in 2-3 years. Because once you do that, and it happens almost like regularly, this year, the shit that I'm going to make this year, like I was blown away 2022, what I did. Look at the first 2 clutches I've already done. I'm hitting world's first. Like it's insane. I made those plans. Yeah. Like, I made that stuff years ago, and I bought that Asheville double het, from Justin. I bought it because I needed more, Watch the super asphalt clowns, the freeway clowns, I'm hitting like combo fucking holy grails, combo grails that are het pied, the DG and the enhancer stuff, the triples that I'm like, it's insane. But guess what? The shit that's in my rack that I've held back from last year and the year before, in 2024, it's going to be even crazier. I am leading my destiny in the better genetics, the better odds, the better powerful animals, the better diversity, to have different ranges of creations and take it to different levels, because I put myself there from what I'm holding back. Me, Justin, all these other guys, we don't just get lucky and hit these animals because we just paired to. We have a purpose and a goal, and we get the ingredients for that goal and put a package together or a plan together with this group. grow it up and breed it to get that. And then, wow, you know what? We should do this. Let's take some of this. Let's do this next year. Let's buy some of this. There's a reason why we're doing what we're doing.
Right.
You know, in 5 years from now, the shit I'm making will make today's stuff look like fucking normals. And the reason is because I'm building, and I know that's going to happen because I put myself in the position to be able to do that.
So when you grab those, well, you said 45, right? 45 that
What's
you
that?
purchased and brought in 21.
Yes, no, that's what I have on record. But a lot of there's probably about another 5 or 10 that when they came in, you know, I put as 2021, you know, Enchi, a dreamsicle female F1. That's how so I'd have to go back and look and change things, because once I had the new ID system, you know, I never had the ID system like I do now, you know, 2021 the year, clutch, animal number. And I'd link it now because before I never had that, to have something where I needed to have, you know, I just named it what it was, you know, like most people do. But now you have a spreadsheet or something that you can, you know, attach it to other things, and you need to have a unique number. And that's why when I mentioned on the Husbandry Pro thing earlier, I see so many people going, you know, BP, you know, which is ball python dash M0036. So male 36. And then they've got, you know, BP dash female 189. It doesn't tell you anything. Just, oh, that's 100. Right. You have 189 females? No, I have 221. This is just number 189. Cool. So when you have a clutch of 2023 babies, you got to go to the male. Oh, this is BP dash M, you know, 96. And this one's 97. And this is female 236, 237, 230. It doesn't make sense. Because you know what? If I want to know how many females I have, I go to Husbandry Pro, females, boom, 236. Oh, wow. But I look at an ID, I can tell you what year it was born, what clutch it was from, and it's a unique ID. I can link it to my clutch. I can link it to everything else. And then, you know, for my acquisitions or things I buy, it's 2021-ACQ-1234567. So I can tell you exactly if I produced it or I bought it just by looking at a label. I can tell you the year. It's awesome. And Husbandry Pro tells me the genetics, the sex, and everything else that I need to know. And it's nice and clean. So that's
what I was going to ask with it.
Yeah.
Was of that 45, how much of that was an actual new project, and how much of those 45 were actually involved in projects you were already doing? You were just adding genetics.
Probably 90% is already involved. So 2021, that would have been a lot of clown pied stuff, more stuff for my dreams. 2021 was, I believe, early was when I bought the asphalt double het a clown pied that I just made the world's first with. So stuff, and that's the thing. If you guys are gonna buy animals, okay, buy animals, and I stress this, and I'm really doing a lot more this year with Patreon, where I'm gonna work with spreadsheets and diagrams we just had Bob Vu on, and you know, he has a lot of mindset like I do, and he's done stuff my way, and we talked about numbers, and it really, you know, the people on Patreon were like, fuck, this is awesome. Like, you know, because it's not just me screaming it, it's other people. We had Garrick DeMeyer. I've got other guests coming, and you know, it's not just my take, and you know, it's everyone else's. We do a little things differently. It seems like we all have the same sort of struggles too, which is great for me, because I'm like, fuck, man, like I'm doing this wrong. And oh shit, that happens to you too. Oh, you have that problem too. I don't feel as bad, right? Because it's not like, oh, fuck, Billy, you're an idiot. You can't do that too. Oh, you're a shitty fucking business guy. Oh, fuck, I guess I am. But other people, you know, have, and it's great that we can talk about it, and it's amazing, so it doesn't make me feel like, I'm oh man, I know I'm slacking on the time management and shit, but other people are too, so I don't have to feel so bad. But it's great. But I one thing that we talked about, and if a ball, like, what do you think? I'll ask you, or even somebody in the chat. What do you think a ball python costs you a year to raise up?
Per year, probably around $700.
Okay.
Give or take.
Feed, food, time, even if you include your time, the space, deli cups, bedding, to make it easy, $500. Okay. So you buy a $200 or you hold back a $200 snake. Okay. First year, it's $500. Second year, before you breed it, you've got $1,000. You're already down $800. Now, with that $200 snake, what are you going to breed? If it's people that are not doing this right, they got another $300, $400, or a $500 snake, and they breed it, and they get 6 or 7 eggs, and they make, I don't know, $1,500 worth of hatchlings, maybe 2, if that. Like the average of $200 an egg, right. $300 an egg times 6 is $2K, 15, say 2,000. Well, you've spent, never mind the male, because you're going to put the male into other animals too, but your costs are almost this fucking price of the clutch.
Right.
So why are you breeding or raising animals and putting fucking $1,000 worth of work in to make $1,200 and then try to sell those animals when you can put $1,000 animal in and another $2,000 animal in? It's the same fucking cost, but instead of making, a $2,000 clutch, now you're making a $4,000, $5,000 clutch when your expenses are $1,200 to $1,500, doing the same fucking thing. Now exponentiate that to $5,000 females and $10,000 males. Okay. Now I'm making 20, 30,000. I mean, I did 6 clutches over 50,000 last year and 1 at 89,000. This year I have 4 clutches that I'm going to break. They're all going to be over $100,000. Yeah, I got about 4, maybe 5 clutches that'll be $100,000 over 100,000 each. And I didn't do that by fluke, but I did that, because I planned for it 3 years ago. Now they're ready. I got the perfect male. Next fucking level. I'll make more money with 5 fucking clutches than most people will in the next 3 years breeding ball pythons full time with 40, 50 clutches. That's just fact. Okay. Now, would I like the 300 clutches I'm doing all being over $100,000? Yeah. Now I'm $30 million. Yeah. Fuck yeah. It's going to take me a lot of time to get there. How do you get there? Stronger genetics in males, stronger this, making sure that the market, there's a demand for there's a lot to this. That's why, people think, oh, I don't need to learn, or I don't need to join a Patreon, or you don't. But the shit you're going to learn, and I have so many people, oh, I didn't even realize that. Wow, that's awesome. If it takes you 2 years to realize to do it right, you just wasted 2 fucking years. And you wonder why everyone's ahead of you.
Why do you think so many people, like even the people that have had time in this industry, have such a hard time focusing on certain projects, and they're always jumping around?
People want to be involved with certain breeders. People want to, oh my God, this is hot. I want to get into it. Oh, I just got this. Great. You got it, and so did 400 other fucking people. You know what I mean? Like, there's amazing genetics out there. Doesn't mean you have to make what everyone else is making. You can take it and be creative, but people want to stay safe. I get it. Just don't complain when you finally make it They're not 5K anymore. They're 1,500. And there's a whole shitload of them because other people have the same thing and do the same thing that you did. Okay. Now, you know, like, I do some of the stuff that people do, but I also have other things that I'm doing it with. So that's not my focus. You know, like when the Batman came out, I can't wait to make a Batman. Cool. They were $8,000. Next year they were 55, 35. Now you can get them for 1,500 4 years, 5 years later. You know, if you're not ready for that male because you don't got visual combo clowns or visual combo pieds or both, so you can make more combo visual clowns and Batmans and spot nose and leopard with combos, and also put it into pied and different, you know, lavender combos to make double hets. So down the road, you're more diverse. You shouldn't have bought that animal.
Right.
Okay. There's a time to buy and you know, like I've bought males. My most expensive one is what I pay for it. 35,000. That male, when I bought, I bred him last year and I made over 100K. Still have them. First year. Most of the stuff I made was visuals. You know why? Because I had the females already. So when I got the male, you know, other people go, oh, I just got this male. It's 25 grand. Cool. It's a triple recessive. Cool. Do you have any of the recessives? No. Well, I'm going to put it to all my combos and I'm going to put it to this and make triple hets and combo triple hets. Great. For you to get your extract your money out of that and actually hit a triple, it could be 5 to 7 years.
Right.
You got to raise it up, hit, do this, hold stuff back. You know, if you're going to spend high dollars on a male, make sure you are ready and you have the genetics so that you can almost like I have 5 visual triple recessive breeder males. Okay. 2 years I've had them and I've never been able to recreate them. This year, I can actually, with my enhancer genetic striped clown, which we got in the collection between myself and Nasty Morphs, and Austin took a chunk. We bought this collection. So that's a triple recessive breeder male, enhancer genetic striped clown. 3 years ago, and now they're in my breeding rack. I held back. I made and held back 2 enhancer G-stripe het clowns and 2 enhancer double hets. And I got a whole shitload of other visual combos that are het. But if I just put them to those 4 clutches, just the 2, enhancer G-stripe clown to enhancer G-stripe het clown, I only can make 2 different animals in that clutch. Okay. So if I get 6 eggs, I get 3 triple visuals and 3 double visual hets. Well, Justin's selling the triple visuals right now for $30K a piece. So there's $90K in 3 eggs. And then the other ones are $10K a piece. That's not bad. It's $120,000 times 2 clutches. If I get 7 eggs or more, wow. You know?
But, I feel you. I think it's really important what you said, but a lot of people don't, even hearing it, they're not going to follow that.
There's nothing wrong
it's
with
eye candy. The issue is we're a consumer market.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a powerhouse male, but just realize by having a male and no females for it, you're not going to create it. Wow. Oh, I got one of these. Cool. You know, when I buy a male that's powerful, I'm making fucking combos and visuals and, well, I try to, you know, as best I can. You know, and here's the thing, like when we did the split pairings with the visual monsoon, we didn't even try to make monsoons. All the monsoons I made last year wasn't from the visual male. You know, we made triple hets and double het combos, and because when we start hitting monsoons, wait till you see the fucking monsoons we hit. You know, like I'm gonna have 2, 3, 4 gene monsoon pieds this year. Wow, like fuck, holy fuck. Wow, look at my monsoon. Well, look at these fucking combos. You know, it's crazy, but we put ourselves in that position. You know, always put yourself, you know, 2, 3 years ahead. Don't breed for today. Breed for, you know, what you're going to do in 2 to 3 years. Because if you do that and you have a goal and you set yourself to go towards that goal, when that goal comes, you are going to be in a much better position as the guy doing it, breeding year to year to year without a plan. Just, and I can guarantee that.
So what do you suggest for people that say, well, I'm going to make my triple hets this year, but they're like, so they're throwing a double het to a single het just to create triple hets versus taking that double het to like, so like someone that's starting out that may not have a whole bunch of visuals everywhere or combo visuals, just walk through. Because in my mind, I say the same thing, right? Like I'm saying, okay, well, I'm making 2 different pairings for triple hets this year, but on top of that, I'm making sure that they have other genetics into it. So I'll have combos with the potential triple.
To a percentage. Okay. So I'm making like quintuplets this year. Okay. First time. I've got a lot of quads. We bred quads this year. I've got a lot of triples. I got visual triples. I got visual double 100% hets, visual double hets. It's taking me a while. I don't have a lot. Okay. You really don't realize. So if you're getting into a triple recessive game, by year 2 or year 3, before you even have a shot of reproducing the triple, you should have 40 animals held back in that project, minimum, maybe more, an ARS rack. So a 1065, full of animals in that project with combos, triple heads, visual, 66%, because you're going to miss, right? You're going to hit visual 66% possible double hets. You got to hold that back. With genetic testing, you can sort of eliminate some of that stuff now. But how we had to do it is a certain project. Holy fuck. Oh my God, I got 60 animals in this project. Yeah. But then when you hit that triple and you prove the shit out that you know that this is het and this isn't, you take that male and go, boom, 5 gene fucking double triples, double this. Wow. But it takes a long time. That is a long-term game. I would say 3 to 5 years minimum for that, and to do it right and to make stuff. Because then when you hit it, you don't want to, you're going to hold it back. And then,
Right.
So it's not like you're making it to make money. So now when you finally hit this shit, you hold it back. So you're still not making money. Now you're 5, 6, 7 years to start making the stuff, to make it where you can sell stuff, because it takes a long time. Do not do the majority of your collection that way unless you have funding. You're making your own rodents. You can keep investing into other stuff when you miss. You can afford all the genetic testing for all those 20, 30, 40 animals you make, so you don't have to hold it back, and you know what you're doing. You're not going to have any sales. You're not going to have any customers. Don't put yourself in a spot unless you can afford it. And I don't care if I don't sell anything for the next 3 to 4 or 5 years. Great. Fucking do it. Right? You're never going to complain.
Right.
Okay. But 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, no sales. You're not making any money. You got to keep feeding. Where's your coming? You don't have, like, it depends on the route you want to go. And that's for every individual. Right. But if you want to get into that game, I'm getting into triple recessives. Cool. How many visuals? I got 1 pied, 1 clown, and walk before you run. Build that up. Get pieds and then double recessive. Why are you working on triples? You don't even have any double visuals. You got 4 or 5 minimal, single gene recessives. Why are you playing the triple game? You can't even make a double recessive with the visuals that you have. Never mind trying to hit you got to be smart. Okay. So,
Yeah. So, oh goodness, kids becoming impatient. So let's kind of wrap up. When you first started this out, when you first decided this is what I'm gonna do, did you see yourself growing to this magnitude, or is this something that's like beyond what your imagination was?
Hell no. No, I mean, even social media, you know, I mean, if you look at when me and Austin were just using my fucking camera, you know, we were filming, you know, we learned we were doing it the wrong way. You know, this is how you film for Instagram. This is how you film for YouTube. Like we were doing it like this. We didn't know. We learned, right? And you know, I didn't try to. I don't do YouTube to be popular. I do because I guess let's document it. Like you know, you know, let's put and answer this stuff because so many people are thinking that they're doing things wrong. And, you know, I wanted to show people, you know, because I love cutting eggs. And one of the reasons why I love documenting everything and doing so many videos, we didn't do this when I started.
Right.
Who was I going to share it with? You know, like there was no YouTube videos like Ralph Davis and, you know, it like, you know, we didn't have phones that had fucking, you know, cameras in it when I had it, you know. We had flip phones, you know, and then, you know, I mean, I don't know when the first,
Didn't even take pictures yet.
Pagers and like, fuck, man. So why document it, you know? So, and I've said this many times, like when I did this, I was pretty much doing this alone. When I hit something, I would fucking, you know, jump up and high five my rack. Like, wow, you know, yeah, like fucking, I had no one to share it with, right? And it was always exciting. Oh my God, what is this? Oh my God, oh my God. And when it came out, so when we started documenting it and people were loving it and going, oh my God, I learned so much. And oh, why do you do that? And it just came natural. You know, I mean, I can turn off all my fucking social media and I'm still relevant. I don't have to look at a fucking cell phone. I can answer a phone. I can go on my emails. I don't need social media to do well. Now, okay, I like inspiring people. I mean, why do you think we do Mail Monday and you know, and we do Pick of the Week? I love looking at my phone and go, what the fuck is that? Oh my God, wow, fuck. It gets me excited for that person. It's not even my fucking snake. It's like, oh my God, like, fuck, I got to make something like that. Imagine Orange dreaming that. And Austin, oh, imagine Ultramil. Like that's how we are. If we get, I've been doing this for so fucking long. I've probably cut more eggs than most of you will in your career. Maybe. I hope you guys succeed and grow big like me, but I've done so many thousands and thousands of eggs and I still get fucking excited. So if I am getting excited or seeing a picture, go, oh my God, that's great. If I can feel that way, how can I make other people even feel a half of how I feel? And that's why I do it. Those are my worst monetize. I don't even make fucking money on those. My Monday nights when I go on and fucking talk to you guys, I don't even get monetized because I swear every goddamn word. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I'm feeling that. No, I'm just playing. Yeah. I'm just playing.
Fuck. You're not getting paid. Fuck. Like, but that's the thing, right? And it's you know, my Mail Mondays. You look, they're my worst viewed, but I don't do it for the money. You know what I mean? Like,
that's one of the things I loved about you. Like, I remember when you first started doing them and I sent my stuff and it was one of those things, like just to have that connection for a moment. Like forget all the BS, forget the, like, yes, it helps with branding and stuff like that. But like the fact that we had a moment where, okay, well, I know it made it to you. We got to talk after that. I got some of your swag down here, right? But it was just one of those, hey, it's cool to finally interact with you because I know how your time gets and I know your time's valuable.
Yeah, so I think it's awesome.
Time is appreciated.
But I'd love to know that I can just wear a shirt that someone, you know, sent to us and I can put it on and then, hey, do this. And, you know, it makes their day. Oh my God. And they share it. It's like, wow. I mean, it gives them a fucking, you know, they could have a bad day or stuff. And, you know, even on my motivational Mondays on Patreon, I mean, people are like, oh, fuck, dude, I really needed this after the weekend. You know, you don't know what fucking is going on in people's lives. You don't know what people are going home to, what their financial situation is, what their mental state is. And there's people on here just fucking like, you know, oh my God. I mean, you know, I'm no fucking saint by any means. And, you know, sometimes I push things too far and I open my mouth a little bit too much, but you know, I'm not fake, you know,
Right. No.
I'm not,
That's what I appreciate.
yeah,
about you.
I'm not worried about, you know, everything I say, I mean, everything I say, I believe. Everything I do, I show you. I'm not showing or telling you guys one thing and doing the opposite. I'm doing exactly what I say. I believe in what I say. I stand behind what I say, and I'm allowed to have my beliefs and do things my way. And you don't like it, no problem. Then don't do it. Do it a different way. You know what I mean? You know, people have been doing this for 3-4 years and they think they've got, you know, doing things better than me doing it 20. It might be the case, but I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in what I'm doing. And if I see it and oh, wow, let me try that. And let me see how my animals react. I do that. I've done it many, many, many fucking times. And you know what? You don't like the way or believe me or like the way I do things, then don't support me. Don't watch me. Don't give me your valuable fucking time and put a fucking comment up because I don't fucking need it. You know what I mean? And you know, that's just how I feel. But I'm not going to change for anybody. You know, I do this for myself. Social media is great because I get to enjoy it and I want to see other people enjoy it. And if I can highlight someone or point something out with my big platform or put something out to a piece of information that helps somebody do better and share it and teach other people, then that's what I love to do. You know, if you think I do YouTube to make money, you're a fucking idiot.
So much money. So much money.
You know, like
all the super chats are wonderful, guys. Let me tell you, they're wonderful. I love giving YouTube
35%.
over 50%.
Yeah, I don't even probably even up now. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So, like I said, I mean, I breed ball pythons. I make money breeding ball pythons. I make very good money breeding ball pythons. So I can buy more, grow, do what I got to do. You know, I've invested in a bunch of different companies. You know, I'm doing a lot of different things. So this next year, you know, I don't even have to be on this earth, and I will be making more in a month than most people will make in a year. But I'm going to be a part of it. I want to do different things. I've built what I've done. I'm learning still to do things different. And that's the thing. You know, people need to learn, you know, oh, I want to do this. Okay, well, there's 10 steps. Oh, I don't want to do those 10 steps. Then you're not going to get there. That's just a fucking common fucking, that's common sense. I'm here. I want to be here. Okay, well, what do you got to do? You got to do this, this, this. Oh, that didn't work. It's not going to be easy, but you got to know where the fuck you want to go and what you need to do to get there. And whether it's time, money, this, a bit of everything, you got to work to get there. It's not going to be fucking easy. And anyone tells you it is, they're wrong. Can you make a lot of money in ball pythons? Is there money in ball pythons? Can you make a living off this? A fucking 1,000,000%. And the people that tell you no, they're not doing it right. And I've seen, you know, and that's one thing. There's collections that people put up for sale. And I'm going to do a new series on my Patreon. Hey, guys, here's a collection that's sold. What do you think it's worth? Would you buy this? Why not? Well, look, we're going to dissect it, okay? And at the end of it, it's like, wonder why the guy got out. You know, it's not built to make money. He's got 200 fucking animals. Probably cost him $40,000 a year to feed it, clean it, this space, whatever. How the fuck's he making 40K with these animals? Like I want to understand and shove the shit right in your face so that you smell it and go, holy fuck, I woken up, Billy. There's a way to do this right, a way to do it half-assed, and a way to do it to fucking fail. And I'm sorry, but there's so many fucking people doing this, and they're going to fail. Oh, it didn't work this year. I'm going to add more money. No, you got to fix the problem and then throw money when it's fixed so that it's working. Like, money does not fix any of this. You got the wrong genetics. You spent $5,000 on an animal you're 2 years away from buying. You're not ready for it. Like, you got it. You're in too many projects. You're chasing 1-to-1, 1-to-2, 1 male to 2 females with 1 in 32 or 1 in 16 odds. Could take you 4 years to hit it. You could hit it the first fucking egg. I'd rather have 4 or 5 shots at a 1 in 16 than 1-in-1 or 1-in-2. Because if that one female doesn't breed, she reabsorbs, goes off of food, gives you slugs. Well, now you're doing 1-to-1. Wow. If I'm going into a casino and I'm putting my money on red, I want 5 fucking spins, not 1. If you listen to me and understand why I'm telling you this, it makes fucking sense. And if you do it, you're going to see that I'm telling you the truth, because that's what I fucking do. What am I doing? What is Justin doing? What are fucking Levance and Ozzy doing? It's not like, oh, let's just put these snakes together. I don't know what the genes are and hope we fucking hit something crazy. We know what the fuck we're doing. We're going after the odds with, like, there's a method to the madness. The sooner you understand it, believe in yourself, put the work in, you will see, wow. And then what do you do when it works? Oh, I'm going to do more of it. And I'm going to throw more at it and build it better and do this and have better odds. And guess what happens? Your success happens. You don't believe me? Stay where you are. You want the hard truth, and you got to rebuild and move stuff around and do it. The people that have done it on my Patreon have said, holy fuck, Billy, like even wholesaling animals that you think has value. You're feeding that fucking thing for fucking a year. And by the time you get $200, you've put $500 into it. You're losing fucking money.
Right.
Oh, but it's worth $200. No, it's worth $30 in a fucking wholesale so that they can fucking sell it for $69.99 or $99.99. You stop feeding. You have space, more fucking time. Please listen to me. And when oh my God, this is the best. I'm going to start doing this with my other species. Oh my God, Billy, I'm so much happier now. Yes, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm not perfect. I still have animals from 2020 that I'm trying to sell because they just didn't sell in 2 years. I didn't have expos to go to. And now they're too big that people want the hatchlings instead of the adults. I'm like, fuck. And I can't wholesale them because no one wants the big animals. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I can tell you where I fuck up and how you not to do what I did to fuck up. This is how you do it. You don't want to listen. I get it. I'm not your type of mentor because I'm too much for you. I get it. Find someone that you mesh with that's there for you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't like Sunset. I don't like Monarch. But if you do, I can tell you how to take it and be fucking successful. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not going to do well.
I'm just saying, hold on. I clipped that. I clipped before this. No, I'm just playing.
That's okay. I don't, but I'm not going to sit there. And I know you join my Patreon.
Under the same principle.
You join my Patreon, and I see your list. It's like, oh fuck, it's all Sunset and fucking wow, I love it. You got you got some amazing animals. Wow, I love what you're doing. I would say that because it's because I can see where you're going. Wow, oh, I'm so jealous. I wish I had all these. No, I would never say that because it's like I'm glad you got it because you enjoy it. I don't. I do have some things I'm working on, and I will get into it when it's right for the stuff that I'm working on, and it's a good fit, and it basically adds something to what I'm doing that I think is going to make it better. Right now, I don't think Sunset or Monarch is going to do what I love the bright colors. Ultra Mel is doing it for me, but there's going to be Monarch shit that my Ultra Mel shit cannot make. Wow, look at that fucking Monarch. Holy fuck. I can't even come close with my this.
I'm just going to say this right now. I cannot wait for the day when I hit pick of the week and it's this
Monarch.
big, beautiful freaking Monarch on
It
Mutation
very well could
Creation
be, or
stream.
somebody else's.
I
Like,
can't wait.
I mean, you saw we've picked Sunset. Of course, it was Ultramel Sunset. I think I picked the Sunset combo once. Um, you know, so you know, I'm not doing, oh, I can't pick it because it's Monarch. If I see a Monarch combo that I love, I'm going to put it on there. I'm not biased. You know,
Right.
I don't think fucking, I shouldn't say that, but I'm pretty sure King Austin would never put a Monarch up. You never know. But I don't sit there and fucking go, oh, it doesn't have the genes I like. Fuck it. It's not going on. I pick animals because I find it fucking beautiful and it inspires me. Oh, what is the gene? Oh, it has Monarch in it. Oh, I don't like it anymore. No, I'm not a fucking douchebag. You know, that's not how I work. But I honestly buy animals and genes that make what I love and what I'm working with. And I think it'll make it better or take it to a different direction that I want to pursue.
Right.
That's it. But when I see someone's collection, hey man, you know, it's funny because like Nasty Morph has lots of Sunset. Okay. Lots of puzzle, lots of stuff. I don't really like them. But every time he's like, yeah, I know you don't like these, but hey, I'm like, yeah, I don't. But hey, I've guided him and you know, his son, Trevor and Nate, to do that. And it's just the genetic guys. I know how genes work. Whether I like the gene or not, I know how to fucking make it and do what it needs to be done, you know? And I don't tell people what to do with their animals. Most of the people, if you're on my Patreon or you know, if you're not, I get them to send me their list and show me your pairings, what you're doing. So I can see their, you know, oh, all my pieds go to pieds. Okay. Right now, let me make a suggestion. I wouldn't do all that because you should be making double hets and this pied to pied's just going to make pieds. That's useless because they're only $200. I'm going to teach people. I don't tell people what to do and what to breed. And I also want to see where their state of thought is. Okay. Oh, this is an interesting pairing. Why did you do this? Oh, I did this because I want to hold 2 of them back. Hopefully I have a male and at least 3 females because that's going to go into the project that I'm going to start next year with the stuff I held back. Fucking incredible. That's what I want to see. Oh, I got a pied going to this pied to make pieds. And okay, what do you I want to get in their head, see where they're thinking. And if they're not thinking to be successful, I try to teach them how to do it. Okay. And I'm great at what I do. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, oh, you got way too many males. This isn't a good pairing. If you do it, I'm not, and anyways, and go against my advice, it doesn't bother me. But I'll tell you when you say, oh, fuck, Billy, you were right. Spot nose pieds are all white. Fucking told you. I'm going to tell you. I told you so, you know, but I want to see people do well. And sometimes people need a hard, swift kick in the ass mistake to fucking go, whoa, you know what? I fucking should have listened. You know what? He is on my side. Fuck, you know, and it's not like I'm the only one saying this. You know, if people are successful, you'll hear Bob Vu and Justin and others. It's not like we have all magic tricks and we have a genie that comes out and gives us what we know what the fuck we're doing and how to achieve it. The sooner you do and believe in yourself and do it is when you see the magic. And then what do? How do you think I know? Because I tried all these things. This worked. What do? I keep duplicating what worked. And guess what? It keeps working. And guess what? I keep growing. I get more successful. I keep duplicating what works and not duplicating what didn't work. That's the problem. You duplicate what works, it keeps working. You duplicate success, guess what? It duplicates success. And then I can still learn and do things even better. That's just how it is. What's so funny now?
Your pauses are throwing me off. I love it. No, it's okay. So you've watched your success grow.
Nixon, baby.
Yeah. You've watched your success grow beyond what you thought it was going to be. Where do you see both yourself and Mutation Creation in 5 years?
Okay, well, I'll tell you in the next 1 or 2 years. Okay, so I own 50% of 5 other companies. 3 are in the US, 2 are here in Canada. Okay. I own 100% of Mutation Creation. I want to have at least 2 other companies in the US that I'm working with. You know, because I've been doing this for a few years. And when Justin came out last year with Rice Reptiles, I had 2 phone calls going, holy fuck, look what he just did. Should we let everybody know? I'm like, no, why? I don't want everybody and all your hard work to think the only reason why you're successful is because you're attached to me. I'm helping you, but I'm also investing in the people, right? I can send, you know, $500,000 snakes to 10 people and I'll get 10 different results of success. You know, I invest in the people and you know, I want to have it where I see people that have amazing branding. You know, they love what they do. I've seen them fail and say, fuck it. You know what? I'll kill it this year. They got the right mental attitude, the right mindset. You know, they'll get kicked in the fucking teeth and say, is that all you got, bitch? That's who I like. You know, not, oh my God. Oh, run home and fucking give up. Like this isn't easy, guys. It takes, you know, and the bigger you get, the fucking harder it is. The more shows, the more videos, the more fucking things, the more sales, the more stuff, the more fucking racks, the more work, the more it's not fucking easy getting bigger. It handles, because now I don't want to grow anymore, right? So when I'm holding back like 300-400 holdbacks this year, what the fuck am I doing with it at MC? I can't even, you know, where am I gonna, like, I don't want any more females. I don't, you know. So what's gonna happen is now I can take 100 here that works with, you know, the project that I have with this company here. Oh, you don't have any super asphalt and freeway clown stuff, and well, now you do. Here you go. You're golden. No one else even has this for sale because I know I'm gonna get 50% of it, whatever's done, and their creativity. And I don't even want to fucking say in what they do, because I know that I've invested in someone that knows understands, you know, and they'll be successful without me. But because they don't have extra funds and to grow with the capacity of animals and racking and stuff that I can provide, they're going to do amazing in 3 to 5. But watch what they're going to do with my help in 1 to 2.
That's awesome. When
they hit 3 to 5 with me, they're not even on the same planet as where they would be on their own, and they would still do well. I'm basically, you know, I don't know what it is, but I'm investing in them, and I want to see them do phenomenally well. And I don't want to see them do it in 3 to 5 years on their own. I want to see them do it in 1 to 2 years with my help, because in 3 to 5, they don't even know what's going to hit them. Right. And I get, like, you know, and it takes a lot of, I don't have to grow. And okay, I can put stuff here and here and here. So I'm almost like franchising almost. Okay. So the next stage is, you know, I've got into 3 other businesses. I've got into real estate. I've got a part owner of a we bought it at 1.3 million, a commercial building. Now I think it's 1.7 or 1.8. So we've already made more money. We're looking at another building, but the building that we're buying next is to move Mutation Creation. So I'm going to own my building. Not only am I going to own the building, you know, I'm going to be a part owner because I have partners that I'm learning this from. You know, I guide them certain ways. They guide me. You know, I have knowledge in this. They have knowledge in that. It's a fucking great relationship because I'm learning, and I'm not going to make mistakes because they can correct me before I make them. So I'm in good hands, and it's good to share your wealth and fun and excitement with other people. You know, I don't want to be a millionaire and everybody around me is fucking broke. That's just fucking, I hate that shit. You know, that's why I said, like with Austin, like, you know, for the last 6 years, this is his 7th year with me. He'll probably be a millionaire. Well, he'll make $1 million this year, the year after. But if he doesn't, I'll make sure he does. You know, but what we're doing is buy the building, renovate it way better than I did this place. More floor drains, just the next you know, here you go. Fuck it. It's my building. I can do whatever I want. It's just going to pay for itself. It's an investment in an investment. But Mutation Creation is going to be merging with Austin. I've already spoke to him. We've already got like 40 or 50 breeding projects together this year already. His collection is in my facility. So we'll merge. Also, we have another big breeder that we're talking to come in as well. So I got about $12 million worth of animals and racking and, you know, minimum, just in what I have in my whole backs and breeding stock. So if I put that in, and Austin has, you know, $1 million or so, the other gentleman's probably $1.5 million or $2 million, plus what they have. I'll own 50%, Austin will own 20%, and the other party will own 30%. I don't even know if we're going to call it Mutation Creation or we just make something new. But now, 3 times the knowledge, 3 times the power, 3 times the I do this with Austin anyways.
Right.
You know, that way too, I don't want Austin to go on his own, even though he is going on his own. Like, you know, he's making his own stuff, has his own sales. I mean, fuck, you know.
You're seeing your baby bird fly.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's not only that. Like, I mean, he did what? 280,000 last year. And he held back over 400. He did about almost 700,000 last year.
That's great.
Yeah. You know, so I know he's going to make $1 million because the shit he's got holding back. You know, there's a couple clutches he's going to hit 100K on. Like, it's fucking awesome because he's listened. You know, a 24-year-old kid that made more fucking money than fucking doctors breeding fucking snakes.
I didn't know he was that young.
He just turned 24.
Holy
you know,
crap.
he came to me at 18. You know, this is his 7th year. A lion is this is his 4th year breeding, or maybe third or 4th. He did over $250,000 last year in his 3rd year. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you listen to me and you do it and you put the money in and reinvest and hold stuff back, year 2 and year 3 and year 4, you will fucking not be, people, oh, I want to make 40,000 now and sell everything in 40. Okay, where's the 200 coming from? And the 400? You're not putting yourself there. It's crazy. I've been there. I've done it. Oh, do this, sell it all off, do this. Fuck, you know, I bought a fucking Ferrari. Wow. Well, fuck, look how much money I'm losing. You know what I could have made with the money that I spent on the Ferrari? Fuck, I sold the fucking Ferrari 3 years later. And then now look at me. Wow.
For half.
No, I didn't sell it for half. Fuck, you kidding me? I got good dollars, man. It's a Ferrari. It doesn't sell for half. Fuck, come on now. And if anything, it's actually worth more today than it was when I sold it because the car values, motherfucker.
Billy Rose's ass sat in this Ferrari. It's worth like double what.
Fuck. You know, come on. But that's the thing, right? It's something that you got to know where to go, and you're not. And the thing is, I'm going to do this and buy this. I'm going to be so rich in a year. No, if you do what you do and you hold back and know what to do and when to invest and when to buy, and you put 3 to 5 years in, you can really see your structure, your base, your brand. I'm going to start teaching people how to forecast their costs compared to, you know, how you know, what you can bring in. You also have to put, protocols into place because not everything's going to work out the way you want. I'm sure the people in Texas didn't think that they were going to fucking lose everything. And then when they got everything back and animals were okay, cool. Well, the rat guys were fucking killed. They had like, whoa, now we got no food. Oh, one problem to another. What the fuck? Like it just never ended for them. It was fucking heartbreaking, you know? And fuck the gas. There was no gasoline going in. You couldn't run your Jennies. You know, there was no, and once everything got back to normal, you know, and they started redoing things and fixing stuff. They didn't have any rats to feed because they were all fucking slaughtered, you know, and dead in the thing. Like, what the fuck? Horrendous. You got to know when to do things, and nothing is guaranteed. You got to plan for rainy days. I have, and then sometimes I haven't. I've run on a fucking thin line, you know, and it's not good. I'm learning and putting myself in a much better and stronger financial position. But everything I've done is use my own money or investors' money that I've paid back. And you know, this last 3-4 months, you know, there's still people that I have money to go to that I'm like, fuck, it's not coming in as fast. And, you know, I got to, you know, do this and juggle. I never want to be in this position again, you know, but I invested in this. I did that. We've got this. I've got major assets. You know, at any time I can just sell off. Like, you know, I can sell off, you know, 2 animals and fucking be set for the next 6 months, but I don't want to. So that's the thing. I don't want to be in a position where I might have to do something. I you know, and that's something I can teach people on Patreon and how to grow. And, you know, I know what you're dealing with because I did it, and this is what you're going to have to do. And it's not pretty, but you got to do it this way, or there might be another way, but this is, to me, is safe. You know, and it's going to take you 4 months, and, you know, you got to suck it up, but I guarantee you it'll get better. And, you know, you know, I want to offer a lot more, but I want to understand and teach people this is a business. You got to know your cost, your forecast. Any business, you know, you walk in for a business loan, they want to know what your assets are, what your expenses are, you know, how you're doing it, what you're spending on advertising, what everything is, your suppliers, you know, what your forecast and sales are, everything, you know. And if you don't have that or don't know that, you don't have a business, or you're not running it like a business. So that's one thing I really want to start doing, is having more of, you know, here's how you do this. You can take, I'm getting a spreadsheet designed where, you know, everything is, you can, got to know your OPEX, your operating expenses. Yes, you do. Your return on investment, you know, and your potential, you got to look at growth, what you hold back now, what's it going to do in the future compared to selling it off now. There's a lot, but I'm getting something designed where you can type in, you know, how many animals you have, of what size. I can, you know, what type of bedding you use. I'll be able to, and then, you know, how many animals you have, what sizes, you know, hatchlings, subadults, adults, you know, what, rack systems you use, what type of substrate you use, and if you feed weekly or bi-weekly, and, you know, it's going to calculate a rough time that you have to spend on maintaining that collection, on your cost of deli cups, containers, your substrate, how much it's going to cost you depending on how you feed per month. And you're going to, holy fuck, it cost me $45,000 a year. Holy fuck, am I making that? Well, here, let's see how I'm going to do this and let people like see, because so many people are doing this. They don't even know what the fuck they're spending. They're just, it's getting by, you know? And I really want to take this, and I'm going to need some help and bring some other people in to get my point across professionally with different things. And, you know, I've been doing very well with Patreon for 2 years, and I know it's doing great for people and what I give, but I want more for you guys. And you know, I express myself in ways, but then I go off on some way, and then I come back and I'm all over the place. And I want to be more, you know, direct and you know, tutorial like, and I'm going to need help with that because I'm just all over the place. Oh, I forgot this. And oh, come back here. Oh, remember that? Well, come back here first. And I want to hear, you know, and I know I can do it. It just needs some time. And I think it'll be so fucking beneficial to people on it and other people down the road. So.
Okay. No, I appreciate it. I really do. I think you've helped out so many people in this industry that even had a sliver of aspiration to do this as a business. You showed them what it could be, not only what it could be, but how to actually achieve their goals, because you hear so much information from every side. And whether you're a big breeder, whether you're a starting breeder, everyone has their opinion, and everyone tries to throw their opinion out, whether it's wanted or not, and whether it's valid or not.
Right.
I'm guilty of this myself at times.
But one thing about numbers is numbers don't lie.
Yep.
And that's the thing. You know, if you don't believe all this other stuff, there's so much of it. You have 200 rodent, you have 200 snakes, okay? And say they're all adults. I have 200 adult snakes. Great. Okay. They're all on smalls and mediums. You can do that. Here's your cost. Say on an average, it's $3 a rodent. Okay. $3 a rodent, 200 animals, 600 a week because you feed weekly. It's $2,400 a month. Wow. You know, that's 24, 5. That's what? Almost 28. Was that 28.6? 24, 28.8?
28.8.
Is it 28? About 29,000. Oh my God. That's just for food. You know, but then you got to come in. Some are going to go off food when you're breeding. So bring that down to 26. $26,000 a year for 200 adults. Holy fuck. What about your deli cuts? How you're this, your time. You're spending $40,000, $50,000 on those 200 animals. How are you extracting that money back? If your animals are all $100 or $200 each, you're going to have a lot of fucking work. You know, a lot of fucking work. You know, oh, I'm just going to go buy a big high-end male. Okay, so the difference of spending $5,000 or $10,000 on a male, bringing it to your $100 and $200 animals, you're going to do well. But if you have $1,000 and $2,000 and $5,000 animals and breed that same animal, you're doing phenomenal well. Phenomenal well. Yeah, but not well, you know, phenomenal, but phenomenally well. You know, big difference doing the exact same thing. Well, I'm going to buy this great male. Cool. But if I buy that great male, put it to my shit, I'm making 10 times what you're making doing the same shit. That's the point. You got to know what the fuck you're doing and when to do it. Don't make a $200 animal worthy or worth it by putting a $10,000 animal. You put a $10,000 animal to a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 animal. And believe me, you're in a much better position. But we don't have 10,000 to get. I get it. Every animal I have in my racks isn't 10,000 and up. They will be. A good majority of them are.
It just comes with time, though. Like
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And what does compounding take? Time. Time. The time you're wasting now doing it wrong, as soon as you learn how to do it and you do it right, holy fuck, are you going to sit there and go, oh my God, thank God I did this. Wow, look at, I know guys that have been doing this for 3 to 4 years and they're wondering why they're not getting ahead. They listened to me first year. Holy fuck, Bill, I made $250,000. I know. Holy fuck. We know what I'm going to do next year. Yeah, because they know how to forecast. Yeah, you're going to do over half, $500,000-$600,000. Oh my God. Yeah, is this really happening? Yes, it is. How the fuck can you repay me? You can't. And I don't want it. I want to see you do well. Instead of doing this year after year, breaking fucking even. You don't even know that you're probably losing money and don't even fucking know it. Come on, man. Like, I want to see people excel. Okay. You know?
So
I did. I know other people have. I know you can. So
100%.
You know?
For the 40 people they've dealt with us for the last 3 hours, what's one thing you want to leave these 40 people with before we call it a night?
I don't know. I mean, if they stuck around this long, you know, obviously they're interested in what I'm saying. You know, I know, I've been through ups and downs. I know it's hard. I know I didn't have the cash I do now that I did 10 years ago. How I did is what I'm telling you to do. Don't breed for today, breed for the future. You know why I'm going to be hitting triple recessives this year and making $30,000 an animal? Because I planned for it 2 fucking years ago, 2.5 years ago, made it, grew them up, grabbed the right male. Now I'm here. If you do this, believe in yourself, enjoy it, keep learning, keep understanding, repeating what works over and over again. Don't go to 50 different projects, stay 10 strong. Because when you're so 10 strong, you make so much, you can sell stuff off because you're making multiple of it. And then you can get into everything else properly. I don't want to have 50 projects. I would rather have 10 fucking colossal ones. Believe in yourself. Yes, the market is taking a bashing, but so is housing market. Like everything is. It's a cycle. It goes away. It comes back. This is the third one I've been through, maybe even 4 in the 25 years. You know, we love these animals. People, I mean, this is a part of my life. I'm going to do what it's going to take to survive to get through the next 6 months to a year. You know, I'm putting myself in a position where I'm going to breed anyways, because if I have to, I'll invest money into these animals just to have and hold back, because when the market does come good again, which it's gonna, I can tell you that, you know, I'm going to be prepared. And most of these animals I have are going to be fucking like, hey, they're not hatchlings now. They're breeding size. Now I'm going to put them out at a proper price. You know, hey, do you want a 900 gram or 1,000 gram fucking, you know, DG clown? Holy fuck, what's that worth? Well, not the 10,000 they're asking for baby. It's 12, but it'll breed in 6 months. Oh, I'll pay 12K. I've actually made what it cost me, $500 to feed it and clean it. I just made an extra $1,500 fucking dollars off of an animal I'm just sitting on. I'll tell you how to make money, people. You know, I know how to do it. You know, and I can tell you things not to do. And there's some things I can say, hey, man, I don't know. I've never done it. I'm not going to make shit up. And, you know, I've never heard of that gene. I'm not going to, oh, yeah, I've heard of that gene. What is it like? Oh, I don't know. You look like an idiot. I know that the struggle is real. Hard work, you know, will pay off. If you believe in yourself, put in the work, keep learning, and really want, you know, I've had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of struggles, and believe me, it was worth everyone to get here. And, you know, from where I've been to where I am now and the whole journey through, you know, I would do it over and then some, you know, but I don't recommend anybody going through what I had to do. And that's why I'd like to give so much advice, you know. But if you don't believe in yourself and are afraid to spend money or invest in yourself or continue to learn or learn to adapt and change and take criticism, and make adjustments, you need to fix what's broken and learn what to do in order, you know, you're never going to get a reaction without an action. The minute you change and make that action in the right way, the reaction will come. And believe me, it's way better. So, you know, there's a lot of people that can help you out. There's a lot of people that want you to do well. There's also a lot of people that don't want you to do well. Family won't believe in you. Friends won't believe in you. You're wasting your time, blah, 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 blah. Don't make it your goal to prove them wrong, because that's the wrong mindset. Do this because you love it and you're learning and you're growing, and it's not a race. If you do it correctly and you put all the effort in, the naysayers will learn because of your success. Why do I have Siri on? Go away. It's crazy. You can still hear me, right?
It's Sayers. You said
Okay.
Sayers, and it was Siri?
Siri, yeah.
Oh, shit. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Didn't go on yet. But anyways, you can't The more money you throw at this, the better, as long as you're doing it right, you're ready for it, and you know what you're doing. If you're not having clutches and, you're not being successful, you're always getting, they're not breeding, they're not laying, or they're laying slugs. Spending more money ain't going to fix that. You got to fix the problem and find out how to do this right. And, there's a lot of help, a lot of information, a lot of stuff that you can look at. Some people are running things too hot, not hot enough. They're not feeding enough. They're not pairing when they're supposed to because, oh, you only breed during October, November, January, February, March. That's breeding season. No, you're wrong. Once you understand everything and it works and you put more money and time and learn and keep growing, it's exponential where it's endless where you can go. Like I'm taking millions of dollars out a year and I'm still making millions. Now I'm just putting it into other things. Okay. When I was making 100,000 a year, if I pulled it all out and didn't reinvest and sold everything off, I wouldn't be making millions a year. I guarantee you that. That's a fucking fact. And I'll tell you one thing, making 100,000 a year, with snakes is great. Making it a month is fucking better. I can guarantee you that. Only difference is I invested to grow to do this. Like I'm expected to do 3 to 5 million this year. In 2025, I want to be doing 5 to 10 million sleeping. You know why? Because I'm putting myself in that position. Why do I have 600 fucking holdback females in one room and I still have another 100 to move over? Because that is going to make me my 5 to 10 million a year. I can sell them right now and probably get 4 million. Great. What the fuck? 5 to 10 is better first year, year after year, and I still own the animals. It's how you look at this and know what to do. Believe in yourself. If you want this, go and find a way to learn and get what you need. I want to be an electrician. Let me go, fucking fiddle and die and electrocute myself. Or no, I want to go and do things and find the education and people to teach me the right way. Not a guy that's fucking, Joe Blow, fucking, man of all trades. I want to go to a fucking certified electrician to learn electricity. All these people, oh, my buddy, how many clutches? He had 14 clutches last year. Great. I have 200. How much did he make last year? Oh, well, he still has a lot of that. Cool. I made fucking 1.6 million. Who do you want to learn from? Pick your company wisely. You doing well ain't going to hurt me. You doing well is going to say, wow, now I got more people that are buying my $30,000 snakes that I make because they get it. Okay.
I love that. Sir.
I want people to do well. I know what it's like to fail. I know what it's like to not have anybody around, no guidance, losing animals, losing money. Started building everything up 9 years ago, 8 years ago. Lost my house, lost my family, was homeless. Look at me now. Oh, well, I know what it's like to be at rock bottom. I know what it's like to lose. I know what it's like to, I know. Okay. If I could do so well and then fucking lose everything and be homeless, move my collection to someone else that did nothing with it except fucking take the money I gave them for rodents and shoved it in their own fucking pocket and do nothing and give me 13 clutches. And then I'm like, this is fucked. The first year I thought, oh, maybe it's just because I moved them all. And it was during, October, November. And okay, guess what? Okay, yeah, they settled in. Next year, 13 clutches. Like, what the fuck? I got 80 females, that have been with you for 2 years. Breeder males, ultrasound. I took them back 39 clutches in the next 6 months. Okay. So, and I've never looked back. So I had no choice but to move my animals there. I had no home. It was either sign over the house and get fucking lose everything I've invested into the house, or lose my snakes. My lawyer told me the snakes were worth at that point probably 400,000, making me about 70 to 100,000 a year. Sign the house off to the bitch, take your animals, and done. Homeless, devastated. If you go back to my personal, my 8-9 years ago, I was sad. Not a good place. Lived in my van for 3 months. Woke up, in my van. I park in hotels, and go to the gym just to shower, not to work out, to shower before I go to work, come back, eat, on every other weekend I had my daughter. So I would get a hotel for the weekend. Couldn't afford to, because I had to pay for rats for my collection, like bad time. So people, oh, well, you always had it so good. Shut the fuck up. And, I know what it's like to have. I know what it's like to not have. And I know what it's like to want to put your passion, your time, your effort, keep learning, keep growing, and look at me now. So everyone whining with a sob story, I got a bigger one. If you
100%.
want this and you go after it, you can have it. And I'm not trying to be a fucking Gary V. It's not fucking cool to tell people you were homeless. One of my buddies and now a business partner, he's like, dude, when, and one of the reasons, I call him up, it's like, hey, dude, I need 30,000. Cool. How do you want it? Cash or transfer? Without a question. Because when I was up and fucking up, doing well, he was homeless. I helped him out. Guess who helped me out when I was homeless? Guess who helps me out now when I need it?
That's awesome.
It is. So, pick your friends wisely. Believe me when I was doing well. Fuck, I'm tearing up a little. Believe me when you're doing well, and you can help someone. Did I know 2 years later I'd be homeless, losing my family and everything that I loved? No. My success today might not be here tomorrow. So don't take anything for granted. But helping a guy out, thinking that I'm going to need help from him again. He was like, wow, fucking crazy. Don't ever think you're too good for anybody. People don't, I know what you're going through. I go on Morph Market too, man. And I look and I'm like, wow, except I'm looking at $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 animals. You're looking at $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 animals. My budget's different than yours, but the feeling's the same. I know what it's like. Oh, you get an animal. It's like, oh my God, I compare it to this. I compare it to that. I do the same thing. I know I can relate to you guys, but I can tell you one thing. I know what I did wrong and where I fucked up. And I know when I fucking found the problem and changed it, look where the fuck I am. Oh, well, you've always had money. You've been mutation. No, I wasn't always mutation creation. Oh, well, it's been easy for you. When I got into this 22 fucking years ago as a business or trying to be a business, the Barkers, the Sutherlands, fucking, hold on, Pete Cal, okay? Ralph Davis, the Sutherlands, the Barkers, the fucking, the Bells, Brian Barczyk, wow, I could name fucking hundreds off. Do you think I had a chance with fucking 20 normal fucking pet pies and het ball pythons in my basement with malamine racks against the fucking legends that were spending hundreds of thousands of bringing, with facilities, fucking going and researching and writing books and having animals that I could only dream of? Look at me now. Don't fucking, I can never compete. It's such a shitty fucking mentality. Get your head right, your mindset. Go after what you want. Don't make fucking excuses. Excuses do nothing. It just basically, what excuses do? It puts your success off another fucking day. I'm telling you, all these people, wow. I didn't come from money. I made my fucking money. I hustled. I did what I had to do. I learned how to do it and got better at it. That's where I'm at right now. And believe me, I've had a lot of shit happen. So, you know, if I can be fucking, you know, be on top of the world, lose everything, be homeless, and fucking get here now, you know, I live in a fucking $3 million home. You know, I have a $15 million collection making millions a year. Wow. You know, and I'm just starting. You know, my other, like, you know, and I like to share and help other people, you know. So just, you know, food for thought. You know, everyone's in a different position financially, mentally, physically. You know, that's not an excuse. That shouldn't hinder anybody. You know, if you want something, find a way to get it. Find a way. Work harder. Get an extra job. Whatever you do now will benefit you in the future. I can swear to and guarantee you that 100%, especially if you know what you're doing and you got good people around you to support you. You know, because you think I had support 22 years ago when I had tattoos and piercings, people thought I was a freak. Having a snake too? What the fuck's wrong with you? I used to call the vets because I didn't know how to keep my animals because no one told you, you know, drop the temp, you know, calling a vet, like a what? A snake, a ball python. Why do you have a snake? Oh, it's my pet. You have a fucking snake as a pet? What the fuck? That's what I went through, you know? So.
Okay. Well, I mean, honestly, Billy, some of us probably still think you're a bit of a freak, but not like in a negative connotation. Like your ability to put out this energy constantly and do what you do is freakishly out of this world. But I appreciate all of it, man. I really do.
I'm glad to have you on, man. I mean, and like, you know, I just want people to, you know, the social media is great. It's really helped our industry. It's helped people connect, but it's also fucking ripping us all apart. And I'm fucking sick of it. And the people's mindset and the way they are, you know, it's crazy. And I mean, I don't know, like I'm getting tired of it, you know, and I hate seeing people and all the, there's just so much good and so much shit. And where do you start? Where do you end? And how do you fix it? And how do you don't? And who's right and who's wrong? Like, you know, it's not going in a good direction. Like, you know, from going from the past, seeing it do really well. And then where did we lose control? Or, you know, I mean, I don't know, but
I
just
honestly
doing
think
what you're doing, man. Fuck the haters, you know, believe in yourself, go after what you want, you know, and excuses only put off your success, man. It really does. You know, I don't have the money. Well, go find another way, work harder, get another job. You know, if you want it that bad, you'll find it. You really will, because everything you put in now, in 2 years, you're going to see the benefit. You wait 2 years to do it, you're not going to see it till 2 years. That's just fucking fact. And, you know, now's a great time when market's slow, you can buy better stuff. And like, you know, don't look at it like, oh my God, the market's crashing. No, now's a good time to fucking hustle hard, learn what to do, and buy some of these animals at a great fucking price. So when it is good in 2 years, I'm fucking going to do well. You know, everyone thinks the negative. Everyone fucking negative. That's negative. Let's attract to it. Look at the positives from the negatives. Like, it's just common sense, people, you know, but
I think it'll get there. Like I said, I really attribute what's going on right now is from the state of fear that a lot of people are in. So they're doing the only thing that they know how to do at this point, and that's attack tooth and nail to survive, because unfortunately a lot of people set themselves up to only survive.
Yeah.
Which is it's a method. Is it the greatest method? Absolutely not. Some people are realizing, hey, I'm not going to be able to do this. Let me unload now while people are still buying in my eyes. But you know what? The people that are letting it go and giving up on their dream, you know what? I would, like, honestly, I would rather take a loss for a year or two. It sounds horrible, but I would rather take a loss for a year or two than to give up something that's brought me so much joy.
Or find a way to sustain it.
Yep.
You know, oh, I got to make extra rats and work harder to sustain feeding and you know, keeping my collection going. Or fuck, you know what? Let me go fucking work Uber or another job, twice a month or twice a week, 8 times a month, so I can sustain my collection instead of giving it away or failing. This will end. If you want it bad enough, you'll fucking do it. Like, I don't want to sound like a motivational fucking speaker, but I watch these guys and I'm like, fuck, like, I used to think it was fucking bullshit. Like, why would I watch that? Now I watch them and I post them all the time and I'm like, fuck, that's exactly what I did. I woke up here, went to bed. This is how I did. This is how I hustled. I was up doing this, doing that. The only thing I haven't done in a while, they say, up at 5, 6 o'clock, go to the gym. That's one thing I don't do. And it pisses me off because every motivational speaker or anyone that says, this is how successful people live their life. Wow, I'm not doing the gym part or eating as good as I can.
I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. I'm just saying.
Yeah, 5, 6, go to bed, But I work. I'm working 16 hours a day. When I get off here, I'm going to answer some emails, go to bed, start all over, do it again, So, but no, man, I'm glad you had me on, and I hope I make sense to people. I hope I motivate them or get them off their ass, or at least, what, maybe I should look into something. Maybe I should, whatever it is that you do now, the action will cause a reaction. The sooner you cause the action and do it right, the better the reaction, the faster the success comes, and just having money doesn't make the success. You need to know what you're doing, when to spend it, how to set it up. What's better, buying 3 females or putting this money in a male? Depends on what your goal is. Depends on what you have now. Depends on when you need the money back. And there's so many factors. So there's no one answer to answer everyone's fucking question. How do I get my ball python to eat? Oh, you do that. Thanks, Billy. No, it's not like that. Same with business. How do I do this? What should I buy? Depends what you have. Depends what your goals are. Depends. There's so many things. So that's why with Patreon, I get right into that. I get phone calls. I'm like, hey, do this, do that. What's your budget? What can you do? What do you think? What's your plan? What do you need to get back? And with all that information, I can come up with, okay, here's the game plan. Oh, Billy, I want to get into this business. Okay, go get $500,000 and go fucking get this. And here, I'll sell you half of it. Okay, but I don't have $500,000. Okay, well, then go get $250,000. Like, no. What do you have? What is your goal? What do you want to work with? Like, some of the stuff that people I'm on my Patreon, I can't even sell them because I don't have it. All these people that want sunset and fucking puzzle shit, and they're not getting it from me. So I help them find what they need to go buy, because it's not about fucking me selling them shit. It's about me getting them what they need. And if you have Monarch and other, I can't help you because I'm not producing it. Maybe one day I will, but that's just how it is, right? So.
No, 100%, brother. I really think people can get an idea of what it takes after this to set themselves up, what it kind of took you. It's nice. Like, the thing I love about this is getting background on people. As weird as that sounds, it's like getting to know the person outside of just breeding, because we all have the love for animals, but like, in order for you to find your crew, kind of like you did, like you have people that will forever be a part of your life now because of the animals that brought that to you.
100%, man. And I've met amazing people, and I've met some real fucking douchebags. You're going to get everything. Nothing is going to be, everybody I meet is perfect. Everybody I meet is friendly. No one's ever screwed me. No one's ever said anything bad about me. Oh my God, you're not living in fucking reality. Not everybody will succeed. You could have fucking $10 million and put it into this and fail. You could have 100,000 and put in and fucking be successful than the guy with the 5 mil. It's not easy, but if you want it, you'll find a way. You'll take the blows, and I could have given up fucking 30 times. And if I did, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be where I'm at. I'm glad I did. There's so many times I was going to throw in the towel, glad I didn't. You get over that. Good years, bad years, you go through slumps. But But I mean, as long as you are, you know, physically and mentally healthy and good to a certain level, and you know, working and having something to work towards and seeing the benefits, it all helps. Mental, physical, you know, emotional, like, oh my God. And you know, you're around good people and you see things getting better and better, and you're planning. I know if you plan and you put stuff in your rack in 2 years, that'll pay off. It's a fact.
100%.
It's a fact. Okay.
100%.
You put garbage in your rack or you put nothing in your rack, you're not going to see anything in 2 years. That is a fact. The better you have, the quicker you have it, the better and the more you will get. As long as you take care of them, you know what you're doing, and you breed the right animals, and the odds, gods, and the you know, is on your side.
100%.
It's fact.
Y'all, I hope everyone enjoyed this. I really do appreciate you, Billy. It was
Yeah, man.
amazing
I'm
having you
glad,
on
man.
again, especially on a solo like you and me. I appreciated that. That was fun.
Good, man. You know, and like I said, I mean, I love doing lives. I love talking about snakes. I'll tell you how it is. I'm never going to change my stories where, oh, well, he said this on the other one. No, I mean, I say what I say. I do what I do. I show you this is how I do it. And I'll even tell you why I do it. But guess what? You can do things differently. I'm not the best at everything, but it works for me. And I try to find different ways to make things better. And I suggest for you to do that also. Don't just listen to this guy screaming or this other guy or what he says. Do it and see if what's best for you and your animals. And you know what? If anyone says, "Oh, you don't do it like me, you're an idiot." No, that's an idiot, and you'll be glad you leave. You know, so.
All right, y'all. Make sure you go give Billy some love. I'm gonna throw you in the back and wrap this up
for sure, man. Bye, guys. Thanks for putting up with me.
Y'all, I hope you enjoyed that. I love Billy. There's so much natural energy and just good stuff that comes out of him, whether it's like information or just that motivational kick. He won't say it. I'll freaking say it. He's probably one of the best motivational speakers in the industry. He gets his point across very well, and he exudes the passion that he has for these animals and this industry. And we should all kind of work to be a little bit better and be more like him in the sense of that, right? I'm not saying everyone needs to do it their way. I'm just saying, hey, be better about your animals, be better about pushing yourself. Monday, if you have not checked our newest Monday morning episodes out, we have Corey Martin from Corey Martin's Reptiles on Monday morning talking about her first trip. She's finally traveling the world. We're going to be talking about her trip from Africa. That's part of our 15-minute segment on Mondays where we're talking to breeders we can't necessarily get a hold of all the time. So I'm catching them at the shows for you so you can actually get to know them on a more personal level. And then next week, if you're into the rat game, you're starting the rat game, you want to be better at your rat game, we got another Canadian coming on that's like the master of rats. I'm super excited for that. Mike's Rat Shack's going to be, or Blackheart Exotics, however you want to call him, is going to be our guest next weekend. So make sure you turn in for that. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great weekend, and y'all stay blessed.